what about 6th floor? You're dead, I would think.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy.
What's the
algorithm
tipping,
for that?
I don't know. Point, if you will.
I don't know.
Broken leg versus death. Okay, well, interesting story. What else have you got, Christy?
A Michigan woman has been arrested after she allegedly tried to hire a hitman through rentahitman.com.
Oh,
what?
All right.
That's just right out there, isn't it?
All right, sir.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. They're hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, first of all, there's a website.
This woman goes, she used rentacar.com one time. He goes, that was easy. I wonder if, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
According to investigators, Wendy Wine was...
I'm Wendy Wine.
W-E-I-N. Wouldn't that be wine?
Wendy Wine is what I call myself when I drink too much wine and I get a little bitchy on Twitter. Wendy Wine.
Was seeking to have her ex-husband murdered and filed a request form on the Humor site, which assures customers it is compliant with the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964. Rent-A-Hitman's operator contacted the Michigan State Police after it appeared Wine was serious about soliciting a murder.
So they ratted her out. All she did was ask. It was just an inquiry.
An undercover trooper met the 51-year-old in a parking lot near her home in South Rockwood, where she allegedly offered him, "What would you pay to have your ex killed?"
Well,
I've done this. So
I've investigated this myself.
Mine was $250,000.
Yeah?
and nothing really happened.
She offered only $5,000, chick.
Yeah.
She was
It's
arrested.
against the law just to
You get what you
solicit
pay.
without paying or anything.
Yes.
She was arrested on charges of murder, solicitation, and using a computer to commit a crime.
Isn't this what happens in Tiger King?
Free speech is dead in this country, I tell you.
Oh, so you have the right to say, by the way, here's $5,000, go kill someone. I was just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's my Bill of Rights. Look at
Okay.
Bill of Rights, Bill of Rights.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Hi, this is your best friend Haywood Banks, and evidently, for some reason, you're listening to the Bob and Tom Show.
Fans loved Greg Warren in the BNT network smash hit, The Uncloser. Well, get ready, America, because he's back. And this season, he's bigger, he's better. He's still not doing well with the ladies. But this season, Greg gets some sage advice from a man who's a little wiser in the ways of love.
Flute man, you're a disgrace to mankind. I swear to God you are.
Donnie Baker and Greg Warren in season 2 of The Uncloser.
I mean, you should be picking up more road mung than Molly Hatches. I'd say it right to your face. I think the problem is you're behind the times with the girls. I told you, if you ever have trouble, just call my pager.
Thanks, Donnie. I just really having a hard time closing the deal. I mean, I even called in the big guns. I mean, Chick told me...
Chick? Wait, Chick? Hell, he's queer. He's been that way for years. He even makes the Jonas Brothers look butch, and I'd say it right to his face.
I like the Jonas Brothers.
Man, you're hopeless. Just stop stammering. Give me an example.
Okay, Donnie, here's an example. 3 weeks ago, I went out with this girl on a date, and I got to be honest with you, she pretty much told me it was a done deal.
Well, perfect.
Before the date started.
Perfect. So what happened?
We go to a bar. She wants to, I guess loosen up with a couple of drinks. And she had too much to drink.
What do you mean by too much?
Donnie, she was throwing up.
Oh.
Throwing up? Well, that's perfect. Why didn't you close it?
What?
Everybody knows the first thing you do before you puke is bend over. That was her giving you an invitation. I swear to God it was. You could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Jeez, Donnie.
Man, everybody knows it's a medical procedure. Hell, it's like giving the girl the Heimlich without the bear hug. You're doing her a favor, and you deserve a little payback. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of her way of saying thanks for holding her hair.
Gee, I never really thought of it that way.
Greg Warren is Greg Warren in The Uncloser.
Well, Flute, don't you ever have girls hanging around at comedy clubs after the show, wanting to meet you?
Sometimes. Like 3 nights ago, this girl approached me right after the show.
Oh, that's perfect. Well, tell me more. What happened?
Well, I'd just come off stage, and I killed.
Hey, I'm Cindy. Great show.
Thanks, Cindy.
What's with the video camera?
Oh, I like to tape my comedy shows from time to time, just to see how I'm doing. You pick up things you're doing or not doing,
How would you like to videotape me?
Well, yeah, okay.
At my place? Tonight?
Well, it seems silly to go back to your place. We got the stage right here, and the mic's already on.
Huh?
It's a good sound system here. It should be cool. I didn't even know you were a comedian. Okay, here's what we'll do. You get up there and just give me your best 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Introducing Cindy. Okay. Well, wow. It's not that funny. There's really no jokes. It's certainly engaging, but the comedy crowds are not going to go for that at all. I'm sorry. It's just whoa, wow. That is not what you're supposed to do with a microphone. That's not proper mic technique.
Flute, she wasn't looking to make some stupid skit. Man, she was wanting to make a sex tape.
Sex tape? I don't know, Donnie. I've been working at these clubs for a long time. You're not going to get any gigs with a sex tape. These club owners are pretty picky.
She wasn't looking to do comedy, Flute. She was looking to do you.
It's a whole new season where anything could happen. Except for Greg getting lucky. We know that ain't gonna happen.
It could happen.
It won't happen. Because Greg...
Nobody's car's moving. Nobody's car's moving. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going, not going. I'm just at a standstill. Hey, get out of my way. Somebody move that van. I can't believe this. Why me all the time? Let's move it, people. Now cut that out. Stop it. I got stuck in traffic. Please, somebody move it. I beg somebody move it. But nobody moves for me.
How about you? Sunday, May,
No?
August. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Annual race day broadcast. Hello, Tom.
It's good to see you.
Good to be
On
seen.
a Sunday, it's great. The 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. I'll tell you what, the Coke lot, plenty of spots there.
Yeah.
Sure are.
Plenty of parking.
Don't worry, it's okay.
All right. This is going to be a midday show. Kind of a nice midday.
This is history. Let's try to embrace it.
Where were you in August of 2020?
All right.
Yeah,
And it's going to be a great race. NBC will be covering it, of course. They're doing a killer job. There's amazing. And I should point out that the race will be broadcast live in Indianapolis as it happens.
Yes, indeed.
Which has not happened very often in the history of the Indianapolis 500. Let's go around the room. I believe, are we putting this show up on the YouTube?
Yep.
Yes.
As it
Christy's here.
Hi.
There's Josh.
Hey, Chicky.
There's Willie.
Hey, man.
There's Ace.
Here for the overtime.
There's
I gave Godwin the day off.
Gave Godwin the day off.
Did you really?
He has an ear infection.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he had enough energy to text me this morning.
Yeah.
Really? Well, I gave him. Did he tell you about the housewarming gift I gave him?
No.
It's a fire extinguisher. So when his son Jimmy sets the complex on fire, he can put it up. Let's see now. Willie G wearing a hat, and I believe we have our first guest already.
We do. There he is.
I believe we have Captain Mike Bell. Hey, Captain, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. How me?
Oh, yeah, I got you there. It's good to hear from you. And I should point out, Mike, you are one of the maintenance officers for the Thunderbirds. And what's the plan today? Even though there are no fans in the stands, the Thunderbirds are going to be part of the ceremony, which is super cool. Can you tell us what the plan is?
Yeah, that's correct. So at 2:13 Eastern time today, we'll be doing the flyover in conjunction with the national anthem. It's really our honor and privilege to take part in the Indy 500. We know there's long, proud tradition of racing game, and we're really excited to be a part of it.
And how many aircraft will be involved?
So there'll be 6 aircraft that participate in the flyover this morning.
And then when they do this, I know the timing has got to be pretty tricky. Do they? Who's helping them coordinate to get this exactly right? Is it a GPS thing, or are there a bunch of people on the ground with radios? How does it work?
The answer to that question is yes to all the above. It's a really large production that goes in, and we really pride ourselves on getting the timing absolutely right. So what we like to advertise is that we will be there at the start of the Be In Brave at the end of the national anthem. And in order to achieve that effect, what we do is we've got some folks on the ground who are plugged in with the radio. We do a lot of research beforehand, working with the artist that's performing the anthem to figure out how long their rendition of the national anthem is. And then the aircraft is capable of using GPS time and knowing its relative speed to give you a time on target on when we want to be there.
Yeah. Because there have been cases in which the national anthem has been a little lengthy.
Sure, yeah.
Some of the artists get a little carried away. That would be, do you radio the guys, hey, can you slow it down to 400? This guy's going a little long. And go ahead, sir.
That's exactly how it is. So the folks on the radio are there to help any real-time changes on the ground. So it takes the full team to make it happen.
Oh, super cool. Do you happen to know the names of the pilots today, or is that classified?
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. So our boss, Lieutenant Colonel John Caldwell, will be leading the formation. And then the really cool thing about the Thunderbirds is so all the pilots in the demonstration fly the same location in the demonstration profile every day. So we'll also have Major Aldridge will be in the formation as well, Major Brewer, Major Curran. We've also got Major Taylor and Major Oliver will make out the folks flying this morning.
I'm getting a vibe from everyone listening going, do these guys have cool nicknames like in the movies?
Oh, call signs? Yeah, absolutely. There's some of those that go around.
Are you allowed to mention what they are, or are those top secret?
Yeah, no, not at all. So our boss, we'll only call him boss, but his call sign is Breck. The number 2 call sign is Dozen. Number 3 call sign is Thorny. Number 4 is Strobe. Number 5 is Mace. And number 6 is Gumbo.
All right.
So how do they get their call sign? Do they get to pick it, or is it given to them?
So you don't get to pick your own call sign. Definitely, that's like totally taboo. You never do that. And kind of like the inside joke in the military is, so we get these call signs and they all sound really cool, but they're usually like a really embarrassing story behind them, and it's to keep you humble. Because you get to go and show up at parties and you're like, I'm a fighter pilot and my name is, whatever, but there's normally a pretty embarrassing story behind it.
Gotcha.
I just hope Thorny doesn't have a lisp. Don't tell him I said that.
Now, are you a captain or a cap'n?
I'm definitely a captain.
Oh, captain.
That's a Captain Crunch reference, Captain Mike Bell. I'll be giving you Josh's address so you can go over there and beat him up.
I think I would go by cap'n. I would insist.
That's why you're not in the military.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
And the other one would be that your
PT.
Your plane would be a mile back.
Yes, one's weight does affect the aerodynamics.
No, it's just all the Vaseline to get you in the cockpit.
Oh, I see.
Hey, my traditional question on race day is, when did the invasion of Illinois start? Is that noon? I mean, we got the planes up there. Why not?
So we're speaking with Captain Mike Bell about the Thunderbirds doing a special flyover for the 104th running of the Indy 500. Where will they be starting from, and where will they be ending their flights today?
So we're flying out of the Indianapolis International Airport today.
Okay, so that would be fairly cool if you were flying
they're gonna
out
have to fly
and
back
you look to your right and go, boy, that's a that's a pretty quick one. Mike, thanks for your time. And you're a maintenance officer.
I am.
So that's got to be a lot of stress.
You sweep the runway and...
Josh.
That's Josh, sir.
I kind of like to say, so it's my privilege to lead 94 of the maintenance and logistics airmen on the team. And kind of my stick is we let the pilots borrow the aircraft for about an hour a day, and we do the care and feeding on them for the other 23.
Wow.
Well, do the parts have really cool names also, or is it, like the B417 – do any of the parts have like a really super cool, great aircraft name?
Not really. We usually use acronyms for most of our parts, and that's like the first year in the business is just trying to figure out the lingo because everybody speaks in like a series of three letters to talk about components, and you try and do your best and smile and nod, and then ask somebody who knows better than you after the meeting, going, "Hey, what were we actually talking about there?"
Oh wow, cool. Well, hey, congratulations, Mike Bell, a maintenance officer, the head honcho, if you will. Last question: do you have a nickname?
I do.
Is this something you can share?
Please tell me it's Bear Ass. It's Bear Ass, isn't it? Is it Bear Ass?
No, I got it. Yeah. No, my call sign is Hells.
Hells, all right.
Yeah, Hells Bell.
There you go.
Hells Bells. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Oh, can't you imagine him strapping on his earphones with AC/DC going?
Yeah. I somehow doubt it'll be. I think it might be something a little more professional. Hey, thanks, Mike, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the Thunderbirds today at the opening of the Indy 500, and it'll be, of course, featured on NBC. And if you're in Indy, you'll be able to look up in the sky and see them.
Yes. Did you see him yesterday practicing? It was so cool.
Such
they were
a
flying over the
genuine
house.
thrill, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the best. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you, Captain.
Hey, thanks so much. Appreciate y'all having me on. Take care.
Our pleasure. So you actually asked him if he went by Cap'n.
Well, because I would insist on it. I would be a
because
Captain.
you're a Captain Crunch guy.
No, I don't really care for Captain.
Do you say Captain Crunch?
Of course I do. That's how it's
Captain Crunch. You don't say, "How about some Captain Crunch?"
I wouldn't disrespect the man. He's had a maritime career.
And as I have said, Captain Crunch understands branding, much like Colonel Gaddafi realized, hey, look, I could make myself a general since I am a dictator and a fascist bastard. But no, everyone knows me as Colonel Gaddafi.
Josh, 1 second. I'm so dumb. I go, well, Josh's dad has military experience. I didn't know there was a difference between Captain and Captain. Oh, he's decorated, is he, Captain? Wow.
Well, Willie, you're probably not a big Captain Crunch eater. I don't.
Oh, I can house some Captain Crunch if I have to.
Really?
Yeah, if it comes down to it.
He can house.
By the way,
here
we go. This is Captain Mike Bell when he pops on his headphones.
Oh, can you imagine?
Every time, the first 30 seconds. He's just hoping that he put the right parts in the right
What's
place.
taking him so long? He's waiting for the guitar to
Did you put in the G20 depressurizer valve or the G17? Because if it's the G17, I'm not getting in this aircraft.
17, 20, whatever it takes.
All right. Well, that was super cool. I didn't know that they didn't give themselves their own nickname.
I didn't either. I thought they did.
It's like normal. You can't give yourself your own nickname.
I guess so.
You have to have it assigned. Yeah.
I'd like to know what Thorny.
What Thorny do, huh?
Or Gumbo.
Maybe
I'm assuming Gumbo must be from Louisiana.
Yeah, from Louisiana.
Thorny, maybe he's a flower arranger.
Okay. Coming up, we got some great guests coming up this morning. The 104th running of the Indy 500. Watch for it on NBC television as it happens, which is a rarity due to all the COVID stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Some really cool stuff coming up. Right now, I want to remind you, Chevrolet, a lot of them in back of the pack, but they're being driven by some of the best drivers out there, so it should be a very interesting race. I want to remind you that Central Indiana Chevy Dealers Open Road Sales event is happening right now. Choose 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models for incredible versatility and surprisingly spacious 2020 Trax models. Did you hear what I said? 15% off MSRP cash back. Or choose 12% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Blazer models for bold capability. Take new retail delivery by 8/31/20. Call 844-39-CHEVY or see the dealer for all the details. Plus, your Central Indiana Chevy dealers also have great offers on the 2020 Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever, offering the most functional bed of any pickup. The choice of 8 models with bold styling and distinct personalities, plus the strength of an available 6.2-liter V8 that delivers best-in-class power and towing. See your Central Indiana Chevy dealers today or shop now at ChooseYourChevy.com. Coming right back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Jewelry. The best comedian, Tim Allen, is here.
He goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car. And I went, yeah, right. This year, Chevy's offered the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got to the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the Offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy High-Tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it. Love Sears. Do you? It's Craftsman tool department makes my nipples rock hard. She always figured we should grunt like pigs. The little primate you are. Don't speak to your mother. You grunt like the pigs you are. Ever try to take a steak away from your husband? Here, honey. We're trying to grab meat from a man while we're just like dogs. I like going through the house rewiring stuff. That's my favorite thing. I got one of those big tool belts.
Yeah.
2 cordless Makita drills hanging low. But you gotta know how to wear it, otherwise your butt crack shows. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what is that, a pencil hole over there, Bob? I'm gonna hike that up. I got some spackle. I'll figure out that butt crack. I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. We'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob. I got kids eating food in this kitchen. Get out of here. Go to Miter Me a Dovetail out there or something, Bob. I just cruise around my house like Bob Vila, you know, with a bad headache. Just looking for stuff. I notice Grandma's Easy Lift chair isn't moving quite as quick as I'd like it to. So I pop down the hardware store, pick up a compressor, some hose, some coax cable. I wire that sucker up. I forget Grandma lost some weight in the years I look at it. Got the 140 pounds a little too high, isn't it, Grandma? Shot that bitch halfway across the kitchen there. Doilies following her. Sorry, Grandma. I'll dial that baby down as soon as I rewire Grandpa's hearing aid. I got a preamp on that son of a bitch.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God. Now that's manly.
Presiding over a symbolic condom roast in his Catholic church's parking lot in Waterbury, Connecticut. Yes.
I love those.
The Reverend Joseph Looney protested.
Mesquite condom roast. Very tasty.
I'd like that blackened, please. It makes it look bigger.
And they look so good at a shish kebab, too. A little pepper, a little bell pepper, condom, tomato.
What's the name of this reverend?
Oh, Reverend Joseph Looney. I'm not kidding.
Unbelievable.
I'm Casey Kasem, and here's American Top 40. Is it just my imagination, or is my head just a bit too big for my body? And here's my wife, Karima Kasem. Show him the Top 40s, honey.
Save lives in the future. Sign up to be an organ donor at driven2savelives.org. That's driven, the number 2, savelives.org.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the delicious McDouble or the bold, hot, and spicy McChicken with medium fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Hey, it's Don Stuck. The largest and best medical hair restoration clinic in the Midwest is now open. We Grow Hair Indy's new office is on the first floor of the Pyramids, building number 2. This is a great time to get your hair and confidence back. Here's Darren Andrews to explain what you'll find in We Grow Hair Indy's new facility.
Our larger and more spacious facility offers even better comfort and safety for us to help you grow your hair back. From the Artist Robotic FUE and our trademark procedure multi-unit hair grafting to the new FDA-approved Synetics lasers and PRP. Rest assured, we have the technology and experience to give you the best results.
For a free in-person or virtual evaluation, call 888-724-5129 and see my results at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's 888-724-5129.
We look forward to seeing you at our larger and more spacious facility. We now offer more comfort and space to help you grow your hair back.
What do you want to da-da-da? What do you want to da-da-da? I have no idea what to da-da-da. We could switch to Progressive da. Oh, yeah? We could switch to Progressive and sa. Okay. We could sa and have to buy some za. Oh, yeah. Let's switch to Progressive da and get some za with the money we saw. Yeah. Now we know we're going to da-da-da.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. It might just be the most normal thing you da-da-da.
Quote to da at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Every day, Hoosiers are struggling with opioids. In fact,
Opioid use disorder costs Indiana $4 billion a year. When it comes to this crisis, it seems we still have a lot of questions.
How can I talk to my parents about opioids?
What are controlled substances? How can I help change the conversation?
To challenge the way we think about addiction, the Indiana State Museum is changing the way we talk about opioid use disorder in our new exhibit, Fix, Heartbreak and Hope Inside Our Opioid Crisis. Think you know who's at risk? Our inspiring stories from brave Hoosiers may surprise you. Know the difference between cravings and addictions? Our interactive Crave Bots will help you sort it out. Using a mix of multimedia, including a giant brain you can actually walk through to discover the science of addiction, you'll find the courage to face this crisis.
Where there's life,
There's hope.
there's hope. There's hope.
Visit indianamuseum.org.
The Bob and Tom Ray Show is brought to you by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. It is created in honor of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, undisputed father of the old school tattoo. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is made the old school way, 92 proof, bold and smooth as hell. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95 Indy's Classic Rock.
Hey, 11:23 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hi there.
And we've got Christy Lee with the perfect weather forecast.
Yes, Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunshine today, a few clouds around, high 87. Clear tonight down to 70. Sunny and 90 tomorrow. Currently 79 degrees.
So today, perfect day for a...
Perfect day for a motor car race.
Much like a day in May. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we will be hanging out here for the next couple of hours plus because it's the race. And obviously, normally people would be stuck in traffic listening to the show.
Yeah.
That's why we opened up with Just a Mario from Snake Pit Dave. Thank you very much. And the Andretti family, something kind of cool. Are you aware of this special thing that they're going to do before the race with the two-seater?
Yeah.
As I understand it, it'll be Mario.
Mario and Michael are going to be in the two-seater.
Cool.
And is it correct that Mario will be driving?
Yeah, well, Mario tweeted yesterday, Michael thinks he's crazy if he doesn't know that I'm going to drive. Yes.
The father and son struggle.
And then the son, of course, Marco.
It's just like Lion King.
On the pole.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is super cool.
And Marco, not just on the pole, he has a big group of celebrities rooting for him to win the 500 today. His sister-in-law is a model and actress. And also...
what's her name?
Ice-T. I don't know.
Her name, she's on...
She's on Nina... What is it? Nina Dobrev? Is that her name?
Oh.
And Jeffrey Ross is a big fan, but Ice-T has picked... Marco Andretti, and also comedian Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah, he's a real good friend.
Good friend of the show. Ludacris, big Marco Andretti fan. Paris Hilton. Remember her?
Sure.
Marta Kruppa is Marco's wife.
What is she, 60, 70 years old now? Paris,
all right, yeah.
Remember that? There you go.
All right. Well, so that'll be a special event as the coverage will be, of course, on NBC as it happens. So it'll be a live feed this year, of course, worldwide, but also in Indianapolis, where it usually is not on until the evening. So there's probably the one guy that wants to keep the traditions. He'll be watching. Don't tell me who won.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This can't be true. This says Marco paddleboards with Ludacris.
Yeah, they vacationed together. Kevin Hart and his wife, Ludacris and his wife, and Marta and Marco.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're out paddleboarding.
Now, we're going to be talking with some of the guys who will be on the radio network, and they've got their work cut out for them because there's some unusual stuff in the world of pronouncing some of these names.
Sure.
As you know, this is a huge international event, and over the years, we've gotten used to a number of unusual names. We can all pronounce Elio Castroneves.
Sure.
Although in the early days, they would all go, hey, there's Helio. But a couple of them are a little tricky, and I got into an argument with someone about one of these this morning.
I was talking to Simon Paganot about that.
I said, look,
now,
please tell me you ended up being right so we don't ruin the show, please.
No, it's not a matter of being right. It's what is the correct, how do you pronounce? I mean, obviously, we've got the front row down.
I think this gets back to the fact that they can pronounce their name any way they want.
Of course they can. But do you know how let's see, the inside of row 2, a guy from Hoofddorp, Netherlands.
Yeah.
Hoofddorp.
See, right away, I'm loving this guy. It's HOOFDDORP, Hoofddorp.
Sounds like a Tim Conway language or something.
He sees a Hoofddorp.
I like the double D. It's like they don't want you to forget it that it's Hoofddorp.
I like the double D too.
Whoa.
So his name is Renus VK.
I'm sorry, what?
Renus VK.
His first name it's spelled RINUS.
Renus.
And I've heard announcers pronouncing it both Rinus and Renus. I got off the phone with one of my expert friends and he said, no, it's Renus, and it what it rhymes with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's a super badass. He's in a Chevrolet, and he's one of the only guys up front with that, and he's a super badass.
Now his brother Romulus is
Romulus VK.
Yeah, Renus and
he's in the pit crew, I think. The family.
And I don't know. I assume it's Hoofddorp, the place he's from. In the Netherlands. I'm not familiar with it, but
cool.
He's 19 years old.
Yes.
Wow.
With Ed Carpenter Racing. So
And I believe he's being coached by Ari Lyondike.
So, yeah, a super badass. And then here's another one that's a little bit problematic. Alex Palou. Palou.
Palou.
I've been told rhymes with below inside of row 3.
Not Palau?
Palou.
Okay,
so,
rhymes with below.
Rhymes with below. Now, see, the guys doing this when you've got guys like Michael Young up there on the roof, looking down, and they got it. They're going by at more than 200 miles an hour. They got to remember how to pronounce it. I wonder if they have cards. We're going to talk to a couple of our friends who are up there, Jake Query, Michael Young, et cetera, and find out how they pronounce these names.
I kind of want Palou to win just so that the headlines would say, like, watch out Palou, or look out
Palou.
As above, so Palou.
32 below, and he was the winner.
Yeah, right.
Okay, now here we go. You got a pencil or pen handy. I want you to write this place down. Marcus Erickson. For Chip Ganassi Racing.
Well, he just wants to go home. He's a gladiator. That's what he is.
He's in a Honda. Well, he wants to go home. You know where he's from.
Where?
KUMLA, Sweden.
KUMLA,
Sweden.
Kumla?
Kumla?
Oh, it's Kumla.
Kumla?
Oh.
Come-a-lee.
I was thinking we could do the stage play, Come-a-lot. It's like Camelot. Except
in the role of King Arthur tonight, Peter North.
Holy hell.
Has there ever been a porno called that? I would assume.
Oh, I'm sure there
So you think it's pronounced Kumla?
Probably. Kumla?
Kumla, Sweden?
Kumla sounds more Swedish, doesn't it?
Could be.
I couldn't say anything in Swedish. I don't know. But it's so cool that these guys, this is so international.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Spencer, it looks like Pigot. It's not Spencer Pigot. No.
Peugeot, probably?
And then Felix Rosenqvist.
You got to go QV. I love that. Kvist.
I love the QV
from
too.
Värnamo, Sweden. This is cool that these Swedish guys are kicking ass. And then, is it Pato O'Ward from Monterrey, Mexico?
His last name's O'Ward? O'Ward?
O'Ward.
Oh, so he's Irish then.
Hey, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, we're on fire.
Yeah.
We're absolutely on fire. Doesn't matter what day it is.
Zach Veach, cool guy. Connor Daly,
where's
friend
he
of the
from?
show. Noblesville, Indiana.
Son of a...
International.
And then, now, I should know this, and I don't. Jack Harvey.
Harvey.
I don't see what you're talking about.
That's a big 6 foot tall rock.
Is it Bassingham, England, or it's Bassingham?
I believe it's Kim Basingham.
Here's the thing. Bassingham is just 5 or 6 kilometers from Badger's Drift. I don't know if you know that or not.
It could be. And then Oliver Askew from Jupiter, Florida.
Really?
And if something goes wrong, something's a bit askew with Askew. But, okay, this is my favorite town of all of these. There's 2 really good ones coming up. Now, Tony Kanaan from Salvador, Brazil, of course.
Or
she was
Carmel,
great in
Indiana.
Bachelor Party. That was Tony Kanaan.
In row 8, Dalton Kellett from, is it Stouffville, Canada?
Huh.
S-T-O-U-F-F, Stouffville?
Never been to Stouffville.
There's a guy named Dalton?
Is his first name, yeah.
Dalton?
I thought he'd be bigger.
Hey, Roadhouse was on yesterday, y'all.
Roadhouse joke.
That's the thing about technology. Roadhouse can be on all the time.
It was on yesterday on AMC. I was
Darn
so
right.
excited.
Double deuce.
Yeah.
That's right.
So here we go.
His name is Dalton.
The great Will Power, one of the Penske drivers.
Willpower.
It's now or never.
You know,
Take your love.
we had Will in here, and he had not heard that song.
That's amazing.
That's what I
All
said.
right. I don't find that surprising.
I mean, if there was a song called Josh Arnold, I mean, you would have had it tattooed on your ass. Okay, here we go. Now this is I'm going to play a little music for this one.
Oh.
Now, Will Power. I think they mentioned this name in this song.
I get knocked down, but
He is from Chumbawamba, Australia.
He is from Toowoomba, Australia.
Wow.
Toowomba. What a cool name for a town.
Yeah.
And doesn't it sound like a little bit like this?
Chumbawamba?
Chumbawamba? Okay. And then, of course,
I'll defend that song.
We'd be remiss if we didn't go. Now, that's
an underrated Elvis hit.
That was not Elvis.
I'm sorry, I think you're wrong.
That's got to be Elvis, right?
Gotta be Elvis.
I mean, it sounds
I think
like
it's a little high for Elvis.
Is that the Pacemakers or
Well,
whatever?
it was
they
early
are?
on.
Jerry Rafferty and the
No, Gary Puckett.
Gary Puckett and the
and the
Pacemakers.
Union Gap. I'm not sure.
Oh, the
what that
Union
meant.
Gap. That's what it was.
First of all, it was Jerry Rafferty was not in the Pacemakers. That's a different Jerry.
Once again, I think Josh is way ahead of all of us.
I wish you guys would crack open a book.
Okay, one of the Penske Chevrolets featuring a guy that just won the thing, Simon. You want to pronounce his name for me?
Oh, Paganao? Yeah.
Pagenaud, yes.
Okay.
Really good guy.
Pretty cool.
He is a great dude.
Some great names in the 104th running of the Indy 500 field today. It should be a great race. We're going to talk to a couple of guys who'll be calling it on the radio network. And that's a wonderful thing. I hope, even though it's on TV.
Wait a minute. We're not calling the race? We're just here before?
Can you imagine if we did it? It'd be
I thought that's what we were doing.
There are like 7 or 8 laps gone, and we're way behind.
All right, there's a red one. The red one's going fast, and the green one pretty fast too. Actually, I can't
even read the number. It's going by so quick, and that's the guy who's Remus. I forget his name. We'll be back.
I sure like when they go vroom. I enjoy that. I enjoy that. The vrooming.
And of course, if you're up there in the corner, there's no bathroom up there.
Nope.
What do you do?
You got to hydrate.
Yeah, sure.
Problematic. We'll have to talk to a couple of guys who are doing that.
Well, I would think liquid elimination would be the easiest.
The least of your problems.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Something's on Georgetown Road. Oh, dear God.
Kind of sad I opened the door.
You were opened the back door. Apparently.
There it is.
Okay.
Jake, what have you done?
Now, on a totally different note, Willie last night went down to Bloomington.
Did he really?
Oh my God! I saw Brian Regan at the Comedy Attic.
Oh, how terrific!
With Steve Rogers and Caitlin Palufo. Everyone on the show had done late night. The host, the feature, they had all done. It was incredible. Brian Regan, just the funniest guy, and I got to see him in an 80-person, whatever it was, venue.
Oh my God!
I mean, people haven't seen Brian Regan in a venue that small since 1992 or whatever. It was the coolest night.
Oh, that's terrific.
Brian Regan is one of the funniest human beings on earth.
He is. Yes.
And
without a doubt.
to see him in a small venue like that.
I saw him twice at a comedy club back, before he really kind of blew up. But to see him now like that, that's
was everybody wearing? You had to wear masks.
Everyone was wearing masks. The club handled it very well. I had a blast. It was so fun.
Good.
I love that.
Lucky.
Did he do the bit about where he checks into the hotel? God,
he was
I love
doing
that.
everything. I have no clue how he did it. Everything was new.
He goes, me checking into hotels. He goes into a hotel and he goes, Regan, and the clerk goes, I don't see a Regan. Would you have made it under any other name? And Brian goes, know what? I might have. You open this door. Here we go. It could have been under Skippity Doodah. Check Skippity Doodah.
It's cool that there is there's some comedy going on, some live stuff. So.
And Greg Warren's there next week.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Greg
I was having a
Warren?
great night until I saw his picture in the bathroom. I was having a great night.
Boy, oh, boy.
Man, how the mighty have fallen.
Is Greg Warren coming in today?
Oh, come on. What a jerk.
There's no way we could ever reproduce that. I'm glad we have it for all time, right?
Greg
there.
Warren's one of the great guys in comedy. That'll
No,
be
yeah,
a
and
cool
the
show
Comedy
down
Addict,
in
they were
Bloomington.
doing everything right there. The Comedy Addict did a really great job.
Good.
Very, very cool. Now, we have a bunch of great calls coming in. We'll talk about what's going on with the 104th running of the Indy 500. It should be very cool. I want to remind you, Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum exists to keep alive the legacy of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins. If you've never heard this story, it's really great. When you get time, you're going to want to Google this. He was a U.S. Navy vet and a tattoo artist in Hawaii. He built his reputation as the father of the old school tattoo. And when you see these, you'll get it right away. The hula girls and all that kind of classic tattoo stuff from back in the day. It's in honor of Norman Collins. He fought in World War II. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is bottled and blended in the USA, plus Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum gives back to multiple military causes, including the USO, and has given $790,000 in the past 5 years to support our military and their families. That's Sailor Jerry. By the way, Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is a sponsor of the Bob and Tom Show in recognition and gratitude of the men and women who fight for our freedom. We wouldn't be here without them. Sailor Jerry, by the way, and I'll underscore this, is distilled and bottled in America. Respect the legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. And if you get time, go to the website and look at those classic Sailor Jerry tattoos.
They're great, yeah.
You know, the kind you can flex your muscles and the hula girl wiggles.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's happening. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, including some stuff in the world of sports and some peculiar guests, I would say.
Okay.
Including one surprise from the past, I think, that I've worked real hard on. We'll see.
All right.
If it happens. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
Q95, it's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Great.
Holmes.
Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. You're with Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting it.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the jokes, the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun and
People like them.
people enjoy it.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the 3rd radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to...
Tom sits in a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
Oh, I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
No, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Yeah. Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old.
Yeah.
Good point, Ghost. AT&T Fiber comes with HBO Max included. Looks like the Hudsons are bypassing the commuter's paradise to go with 1 gig internet with AT&T Fiber and a fun new guest.
Get super fast entertainment-grade internet with AT&T Fiber, now with unlimited data included. Find out how to get 1 gig internet for $39.99 a month for a year when bundled. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT. Download max typically 940 megabits per second. Speeds not guaranteed and vary. $10 per month equipment fee applies. Compatible device and online account registration required for HBO Max access. New residential AT&T Fiber customers only. Other charges and restrictions apply. Visit att.com/getfiber for details.
Aviation is more than passenger travel. Essential cargo and supplies all need to be delivered around the world. And airlines need certified maintenance technicians to keep them flying. We are the Aviation Institute of Maintenance, and we train tomorrow's technicians. Visit traintomorrow.com. Train for an essential career as an aviation maintenance technician. Train using real equipment under the supervision of industry-experienced instructors. Call today and train tomorrow. And veterans, ask how you can graduate debt-free. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the average aircraft technician in Indianapolis makes over $52,000 per year. Visit traintomorrow.com or call 888-FIX-JETS. For consumer information and specific salary information near you, visit traintomorrow.com. At AIM, we train tomorrow's technicians. This is Jay Query, Turn 3 announcer of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Radio Network, with this fast fact brought to you by Indiana Donor Network Driven to Save Lives, official partner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More than 113,000 people nationwide, including 1,300 Hoosiers, are waiting for life-saving organ transplants. That's enough people standing side by side to circle IMS nearly 10 times. Do something today to help save lives in the future. Sign up to be an organ donor at driventosavelives.org. That's driven, the number 2, savelives.org.
Shopping for an engagement ring is easier and more affordable than ever, thanks to Diamonds Direct. Diamonds Direct is no ordinary jewelry store. It's a world diamond powerhouse with enough diamonds to supply up to 30 traditional jewelry stores. One of the largest selections of GIA certified diamonds in America, right here. And at Diamonds Direct, you don't have to make or settle for a boring mass-produced cookie cutter ring. We have all the top designers like Tacori, Viraggio, Henry Dossi, Michael M., Simon G., and dozens more. We'll help you get her the ring of her dreams and make sure you stay in budget, because value is what we're all about. Our no middleman direct importer diamond prices are the best in the nation, guaranteed. You just can't get any closer to the source than Diamonds Direct. And the value doesn't stop when you make the purchase, because every ring comes with a free lifetime warranty, free cleaning, free sizing, free repairs for life. Diamonds Direct, lowest diamond prices, and so much more. Keystone at the Crossing, where Indy gets engaged.
OmniSource is always serious about heavy metal. You can take all your scrap metal, like old appliances, old Christmas lights. OmniSource will even take cars, and they will pay you for it all. And they're serious about it. For more info and locations, go to omnisource.com.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95, Indy's classic rock.
Ahoy! Yeah. 11:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
In honor of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How about the fabulous Thunderbirds? Jimmy Vaughn and the boys. Oh, yeah.
I love them. Love them.
Such a great song.
I would walk 10 miles on my...
I'm playing that because United States Air Force Thunderbirds will be doing a flyover, even though there'll be a rather small crowd for the Indy 500 in the stands. There'll be a huge crowd watching on TV. Once again, Channel 13 carrying it live as it happens for the first time in quite some time. And the pre-race festivities will include a flyover. We spoke with Mike Bell from the Thunderbirds earlier and learned a lot. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know all those flyers. They are given their nicknames, and one of them's Gumbo. I wonder if he's from Louisiana. I wonder if it's a food thing. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show, special edition. Today, of course, the 104th running of the Indy 500. The race will feature 8 previous winners. Among them, one who has his own theme song. Of course, I'm talking about.
It's now or
Oh, that's such a good song. We've also learned that some of these guys come from some fairly exotic places, including, what was it,
Chumbawamba?
Chumbawamba?
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe we have another guest on the phone. Is this Lauren joining us right now? I believe we have Lauren Kanaan on the phone. Can you hear me, Lauren?
I can. Hey, everybody.
There we go. There we go. Tony's wife. Are you somewhere within the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway right now?
I am. I'm in the bus lot, which for us wife types is one of the few places that we're allowed to go right now. Access is so restricted for everybody, trying to keep everyone safe, I guess.
Wow. Well, of course, this was going to be Tony's last go-round, but rumor is he's going to come back so we can do that last lap in front of a crowd. Can you even weigh in on that, or is that top secret?
It's not top secret. Tony's been pretty open about the fact this year just wasn't what it was meant to be for anyone, especially for the fans. And, his personal sponsors that have been behind him for 20 plus years. And we just had a lot of plans for how to celebrate this in a better way. So this is just simply not good enough. So.
Okay, well, we would love to have him back, of course, and he's got a nice shot today. Tony Kanaan, the winner, 7 years ago, 2013, the winner of the Indy 500. Right. And extraordinarily popular, especially in this, I guess, kind of his second hometown, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's his hometown now. I think he'd tell you that.
Do you go to Brazil much?
Well, yeah, we did. We were regularly going probably 3 or 4 times a year before kids, and then maybe a couple of times a year with the kids since they're little, and any parent knows travel is complicated with littles. But obviously since the pandemic, we haven't been since, and that's really tricky. Tony's whole family is there, and they haven't really been able to come here, so the world is weird.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. That's for sure. How's your Portuguese, by the way?
Oh my gosh, I think it's pretty good, but I have to tell you guys, we've made a particular concerted effort to make sure our kids all speak Portuguese fluently. So that's like the first language we use in our house. And so if that wasn't motivation enough, I have to be able to speak it, you guys. I can't have my kids running around talking about me behind my back.
That is the truth.
And I'm assuming that their favorite phrase in Portuguese is something like, "Can I have the iPad? Can I have your iPhone?"
Oh my God.
That's so
guys,
funny.
You know it. I mean, especially when when you can't take them anywhere and you're not allowed to touch anything, and you're not, can't go to the zoo today and all this nonsense. They're too little to really understand why we just stopped doing anything with them.
Yeah.
So it has been particularly annoying in our house.
Wow. Now, does Tony have any particular pre-race oddities that he does, or rituals, or do you do anything special? Does he wear something special, and how does that work?
Not really. Actually, guess who just walked in? You guys want to say hi?
Of course.
Maybe he can tell you himself. Baby, you want to say hi? What's up, boys?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony, we were just learning that your little kids speak Portuguese, and they always want to get a hold of the iPhone so they can do something fun with it.
I know. I mean, they're dangerous, man. If you ever get a text from me with some weird things, it will be the kids.
Well, Tony, best of luck today. Everybody's rooting for you, of course, and we know you're going to be back next year, which is super cool. Do you have any pre-race rituals, anything you do that's unusual, anything you eat special, or put your socks on a different way, anything like that?
I have my lucky underwear on today.
Oh, good.
I can't get into too many details, but I always put my left shoe first when I get ready, and that's it. I mean, the food and everything else is just, I try to do nothing different than I do normally, so it doesn't sit, wrong in my stomach. And then I'll take a nap in half an hour from now, and we'll be ready to go.
Oh, wow. Taking a nap. You're about to go over 200 miles an hour. You can take a quick snooze. The weather looks pretty good. Any particular things about this type of day that change anything for you with respect to driving around the track?
For sure. I mean, hydration will be really important, especially the setup of the car as well. It's really hot. If you guys remember, this race used to be 3 hours earlier. The start will be 3 hours earlier. Now, this weekend, because of TV commitments, we're starting this race at 2:30 p.m. Usually in the past, the race will end at 3:30. So we're going to get the hottest part of the day. Our cars don't like the heat. We're depending on air density and downforce. So it's going to be a long race for us. The car is much hotter right now inside with the windscreen. They're much safer, but we're definitely sweating a lot more. So hydration will be the key, and then surviving this race, guys. It's definitely going to be a hot one.
Okay, good. We want to wish you the best. I don't want to take any more of your time. Can you hand the phone back to Lauren, because she's extremely humorous and funny?
I think she's a lot better than me, guys, so you don't want to speak to me. So,
Tony, you are the
Good
best.
luck, Tony.
Yes,
you are the best, Tony.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, do we have Lauren
Now let's
back?
get him out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to take his time. I did want to
Now
mention.
what do you really want to know?
I did want to mention, Lauren, you've got a special project you do for one of my favorite places, the Riley Hospital for Children, where some of the wives and the ladies associated with the drivers do some kind of a race simulation for charity. And I know you're the former champion. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I actually hope we're doing more of them. Obviously, once the guys got back to, their day jobs kind of resumed, they took their simulators back. But in May, when there was, no one was allowed to go anywhere and we're all stuck at home, us ladies, we spent 6 whole weeks watching those guys buried in their sims while IndyCar actually did like a sanctioned virtual series, a 6-week long series. And at the end of it, we said, well, this is kind of crap. We've been waiting around on you guys to get off those things, so now we're going to have a go. And we put it all together, and I think there was only just a couple of girls who weren't able to participate, but we had like a 26-person field, and we did this, they called it the Better Half Invitational, and we all bought our way in for $100, but then we could, kind of rally our social medias and stuff and encourage other people to donate to a bigger fund. And I think in the end, real quickly, we did like a double header. There was a 2-race thing and kind of qualified for one and started the grid backwards and did all those good stuff. But so by the time you accumulated your 2-race point totals, I won the stinking thing, which was awesome. I do have to give credit to my driver coach, who was very strict, you guys. He is a mean one, I tell you. And but anyways, we raised around, I want to say nearly $8,000 for Riley,
Cool.
which was my charity of choice. Whoever won it got to pick their charity to donate the pool to.
That's the voice of Lauren Kanaan. Is Tony a backseat driver when you drive around town? Or does he let you drive?
Tony's simply never in a backseat ever.
Does he let you drive the
everywhere.
car? Does he let you drive a car if you're going somewhere?
No, he really will tell you. I'm a good driver. He would actually tell you that. He thinks that I'm fine at it. It's just that if he's in the car, it's not just me, it's anyone. He does the driving. Everyone thinks he's insane. We drove over to the Iowa race. So, he's going to have a double header, run 250 miles apiece, and both of them, then we drive straight home for another, like 400 miles or something. And he does all the driving because he can't handle it. Yes, he's a terrible backseat driver, the worst passenger.
I would say something, except I am too.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Lauren, thanks so much. Thanks for your time. Tell TK thank you, and have a great nap and a great race.
Thanks for having us, guys. Always so much fun.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was cool.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Tony's such a great guy.
Can you imagine taking a nap before the 500?
How does he even fall asleep?
I don't know.
Well, this is what they do.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah, there'd be lots of different problems I'd be having.
Well,
making sure your alarm is set.
Yeah,
one of them, yeah.
Exactly. But if you think about it, normally they would be doing all of this activity before the race. They would be doing, sweet hopping and, entertaining clients, and they don't have to do that today.
Oh, well, it should be fascinating. A couple of other things coming up. We're going to talk to a couple of guys that will be part of the radio network and some of the stuff that they've got to do. And while those cars are whizzing by, NBC television, of course, will be carrying it, and they are knocking it out of the park, to go to a baseball analogy, every time. We will have some unusual guests coming up today, I think.
Okay, all right.
Hoping,
A kangaroo?
That would be unusual, certainly.
Yeah. A boxing match coming up.
Once again, I'm going to let you down. I was only able to get an emu.
Okay. Ethel Merman? That'd be unusual, wouldn't it? Yeah.
We will be hearing about some deceased actors, of course.
Oh, of course.
This is something super cool that is, as far as I know, I don't think anything like this has ever happened before. I want to remind you about something called BetRivers.com. BetRivers. BetRivers.com sportsbook. To place all your bets just in time for the race coming up. BetRivers has your race day betting options from the start of the race to the checkered flag, including those super cool prop bets, where you can bet on something that'll make you watch the race in a much different way because you're rooting for something that's very odd. You go to BetRivers.com. If you're brand new, you receive a $250 bonus on your first deposit. You can bet all race long with live in-race betting. So as the race is going on, there are things you can still bet on if you go to BetRivers.com. Obviously, the odds are going to change as things get moving, so you can get in on the action throughout the race. This is something that is really cool. BetRivers.com has hundreds of betting options, including the winner of the race, obviously, the top 3, the top 10, and a bunch of those really cool prop bets. You can also bet on engine manufacturer. Will it be a Chevrolet? Will it be or you can bet on the various things. You'll just go on the website. I can't elaborate too much. BetRivers.com. Receive up to a $250 bonus when you sign up. All you need to do is make your first deposit, and BetRivers will match it. So you can get yourself race ready. You got plenty of time. The race will begin about 2:30 today.
Oh, with my dentist appointment.
I knew that was coming.
The old classics.
Say what you want about him. He's a comedy genius. Okay?
I get it. Tooth hurty?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. That's why they're having a dentist wave the flag.
Can you imagine?
That'd be a great idea.
Now we'll be getting a letter. Dear dumbass. Check out BetRivers.com. It really is cool. Must be 21 or over and physically located in Indiana to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. That's 1-800-994-8448. BetRivers.com. We're coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Bob. What are you doing out here? Same thing you're doing. Got a light? Oh, we are smoking in front of the building. We are standing. We are talking. But mostly we are smoking. We are smoking in front of the building. Hacking, wheezing, barely breathing, choking, croaking. We love smoking. I met a girl from another office. She's a smoker, just like me. Now we're dating, and we're smoking. We're smoking in front of the building. We are smoking in front of the building, and we smell like we've been camping. It could be raining, it could be snowing, but we're smoking in front of the building. Wheezing, barely breathing, choking, croaking. We love smoking. I never was a smoker until I looked outside. They were smoking while I was working. So now I'm smoking in front of the building. We are smoking in front of the building, and the ashtrays are overflowing. We are smoking instead of working. We are smoking in front of the building. We are smoking in front of the building. We are standing. We are talking. But mostly, we are smoking. We are smoking in front of the building. Smoking in front of the building.
God. In front of the building. Beautifully done.
Where was the end?
More. Our professional parts people can help you find just what you need. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, Amy. Welcome to the Xfinity store. That's a lot of change.
Yep, just saving up for a rainy day.
You know, when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill.
400 smackers?
Yeah. Plus, you can get fast internet and the most reliable wireless network.
Okay, but now what do I do with all this change I found in my couch?
There's an arcade down the street.
Let's go.
I'm working.
So am I. Pretty sweet, right?
Save up to $400 a year when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, switch to Xfinity Mobile and for a limited time, get $400 off an eligible Samsung Galaxy 5G phone. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Internet offer requires EcoBill and AutoPay, ends 9/22/20. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Galaxy offer ends 9/15/20. 5G only in parts of select cities.
The Bob and Tom Race Day Show is brought to you by the law offices of Taylor, Chad, Manette, Schneider, and Clutter. Whether you're a company in need of expert legal advice or a citizen in need of general law services, they've got you covered. Visit tcmsclaw.com for details.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95, Indy's classic rock.
1203 testing. Get all choked up on race day.
Thank God this is recorded so we can erase that.
Yeah, go back and take two. It's the Bob and Tom Show. How is everybody?
Hey, Ace, would you erase that? Oh, wait a minute. We're here.
Yeah.
What is today? The 23rd of August, 2020. Okay. Why is the race happening today? Hey, but I'm glad we're getting in the 104th running of the Indy 500. How about that? It's going to be on NBC television, of course.
COVID is why we're racing it today.
And
we had to postpone it, try to figure out the logistics.
Does they have his car 19, the COVID car? painting it brown in honor of the fact that it's pooping all over the world.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to get hit by an asteroid. Do you hear that?
Was that the latest?
Good.
Oh, that's the latest.
Yeah, there are some who would welcome that with open arms.
I know. The day before Election Day, that according to NASA.
Really?
Oh, good timing.
Okay. What is this? Is 2020 just tone deaf? Although, hey, there's one cool thing that is weird.
What?
Did you see that?
I'm weird. I'm cool. Okay. Sorry.
Well, this is actually why. Now that I've mentioned this, I feel I probably shouldn't have. There's a hurricane forming, and it's going to be Hurricane Marco.
Yep.
Could be a sign.
Yeah, could be.
Sorry about the hurricane.
Wow.
And Hurricane Laura.
Marco Andretti on the pole, of course, for the 104th running of the Indy 500. A special pre-race lap with Mario at the wheel in the two-seater.
With Michael behind him.
Michael, who's won many, many, many races in the series.
Think he's tapping him on the shoulder? Dad,
wow.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Are we there yet?
Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's see who's who. Our engineer is Ace Cosby. We are on the, we're doing the YouTube thing.
That's right.
That's fun. Okay, well, if you're watching from some exotic spot, email us, won't you? There's Willie Griswold. There's Christy Lee.
Hi, everybody.
Great weather today, of course. And we have a number of interesting things happening. What have you got, Christy?
Oh, no, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I thought we... What?
We got Omnisource.
That's what I was trying to do.
Omnisource.
You know what I love about them? I love heavy metal.
Josh,
do you?
Josh
And
is very,
Omnisource
very
is-
serious.
Do you have a
about heavy
towel
metal.
over there?
It's all about that heavy
You
metal.
wipe yourself down after
No,
that
I
sneeze?
sneeze into my...
They recycle, don't they, at Omnisource?
Omnisource is the recycler to take your scrap metal. Stuck at home this summer doing projects, you might have some metal to get rid of. Get some cash for all that scrap. Take it to Omnisource. Load the truck up and
Will they take that old refrigerator I have?
jet on out there. Cars, stoves, fridges,
Cars?
anything with metal.
Well, Christy, most cars are made of
Take it
metal.
off
Not
your
all.
hands.
It's fair. If you have a
Omnisource.
Corvette, they don't want the body.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
don't
have fiberglass.
If you drive a Woody, they'll take off the panels.
Can I tell people about Omnisource?
Apparently
I don't
not.
know, can
It would
you?
appear that you're not able to.
They'll still pay you cash for it, and that's just how swell Omnisource is. The official, I didn't know this, we have an official recycler of the Q95 Bob and Tom Golf Outing, September 16th. Did you know that?
I did.
Yes, I did.
It's Omnisource.
So when you get mad at your gloves, you can throw them right in there.
That's exactly. They're having a special dumpster.
chop up this club.
If you play like I do, you just heave your clubs into the dumpster and they recycle them.
To find an Omnisource location near you in Indianapolis, go to omnisource.com. Omnisource, serious about metal health.
So you have to say it like this. You're serious about heavy metal. Omnisource.
And heavy metal.
Heavy metal. Okay, thank you very much. Now, we have some great guests coming up today. This is our special Indy 500 edition. For this, the 104th running of the Indy 500. Should be a tremendous race.
Yeah, it's almost a century. Huh?
I've got it.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, good evening, folks. Ed Swords at 6 News. Live, local, and late breaking, man. You guys have no idea how big today is, folks. I mean, the first ever running of the 500 without fans. Folks, this is like the movie Hoosiers without Gene Hackman, man. I mean, this is like Flaky Jakes without the fictions bar. I mean, you guys, this is like Don Hine without the hairpiece, folks. I feel naked walking around the Coke lot today. Hey, look, there's Barry Krause. What's up, Double Nickel? Social distancing out the wazoo. There's nobody here, man. It's a ghost town. I mean, it looks like a Ray Compton promotion. Oh, don't forget, folks. Tonight on 6 News, all the lights and bites. Dave First will be all plugged in at Union Station for live post-race reaction. 6 News has just learned. Weatherman Bob McClain says we got good weather today. Put that in the bank, folks. Thank God. I'd hate to see Tony George have to move this thing inside the Hoosier Dome. But either way, we got you covered right here on 6 News, wall to wall, just like Danny and Gaius used to drive, folks. Tonight I'll have Dick Simon and Buzz Calkins with me on Sports Nuts. Don't worry, it's safe. We even put a COVID mask on Bruce the Moose. So set your station and time, man. It's your choice, folks. Who are you going to trust for the best trackside coverage? Is it going to be Big John Gillis and the Whirly Bird? Is it going to be Tim Tree Boy Bush from 42nd?
The Tree Boy!
Is it going to be Ronnie Duncan Chick or Rich Knight, now the former sports guy? I mean, is it going to be Omni Owens? Hell no, folks. It's going to be me, yours truly, Ed Swords, and Dave First, our young horny intern, Ken Tomash tonight. Sports Nuts. Clyde and Dion, back to you.
Thank you, Ed.
That was exciting.
Trip down memory lane, huh?
Holy moly.
I assume those were all dated.
Yes, not just dated, not necessarily alive.
I was going to say
a bit of in memoriam there.
Yeah, that was our tribute.
There? Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure some of them would have wanted that way, but probably not all of them. Okay. Oh boy. Tony George moved it inside to the Hoosier Dome. That's not what happened. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
We do have a great weather forecast for today.
I suppose you want to give it, don't you?
Nope.
No, not at all. No. What do we got? Sun?
Yeah, a little heat.
Blue sky?
Yeah, look for a high of 87. Sunny tomorrow, 90.
And Tony Kanaan made a really good point in that as the race usually runs a little earlier, so it's going to be hotter. But I'm wondering if they'll continue the tradition of running it late because they'll get better ratings.
TV.
Television, because there are more people, for example, in the West Coast when it was starting early. So we'll see. All these things are up in the air. And obviously we're hoping that it'll be run in May next year.
Yeah.
And with the parades and all the other attendance stuff that we're not getting this year. Right. One thing that we will be seeing, we talked with one of the guys from the Thunderbirds this morning. That'll be, as the national anthem goes by, the Thunderbirds will be going overhead. So you can go outside if you live anywhere near the track and look for them to come flying by.
And he told us they'd be hitting it right at the B in Brave.
They try to time it that way.
Could you be a little bit more exact?
Yeah.
Is there any way?
I can't even time out when I get to work sometimes.
Oh, no kidding.
Right? Well, if I get in the garage at 5:29,
and but obviously things can happen that might make it move a little bit this way or that way. So they've got a full crew dealing with that. So
Sure.
very, very cool. And you saw him rehearsing yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Did you not see him at all?
I was not in town yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a wonderful time.
Tom was in Juneau, Alaska yesterday. Can you believe that?
That's also false.
I was in England. Isn't that
wow.
interesting? Yeah, just for the day.
Air travel.
No, it was
the
very
Concorde?
cool.
You took the Concorde?
That's right. Just for the day.
No, it was funny. I got a call yesterday, and I was thinking about asking my dad if he wanted to grab lunch. He goes, "Not in town right now." Couldn't make it happen.
Well, I was in bathing in Lake Michigan.
Oh, really? Of course.
Boy.
And I talked to one of our guys, Mike Mark, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I was up in Michigan State." And I said, "Oh, did you go swimming?" He goes, "Well, I got up to my knees."
His thighs, he said.
Oh, thighs.
Yeah.
Well, really? didn't want to get his top wet?
Well, what'd you swim? 10 miles? Come on.
I'm sure
It's about it's about baptizing yourself in the waters
Did you
of
get
cold.
you went under the water. You went into Lake the whole body.
Yes.
And it was a little cold.
Now you wear the big striped bathing suit with the shirt and that goes to your knees.
So.
Yes, and I put on a big mustache and wear a hat.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
It's the Dick Van Dyke and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang bathing suit.
And that was Chitty Bang
Yes,
Bang.
it was.
No, I saw the movie. You had it right.
It was not good. That was a not good movie.
In today's world, if they reviewed that, it would be a very short review. Let's see. The water was fine. God, it's unbelievable. Where were we? Oh, I know. You did your weather forecast?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to move forward here. We do have some sports.
No, we don't.
Pacers are...
down 3-0. How about that? Good luck, everybody.
St. Louis Blues out of the playoffs, chick.
Yep. The only thing in sports is that people keep misspeaking and they keep getting fired. So I'm going to back off today if that's okay with you.
Okay.
All right.
How about that?
And
Marco Andretti's fan is iced tea. That's all I know. There you go.
Marco's
not
got
the,
lots of fans.
Not
on
the beverage.
On the poll.
The actor.
Let's try it out, everybody. Marco.
Andretti. I messed it up again, didn't I?
Marco. Poll. You're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to be enthusiastic.
It's not very fun. That's the thing.
It's not fun.
It's fun that he's on the poll. It's just not fun that it's...
Marco Polo?
That's fun.
Marco Polo isn't even that fun.
Possibly the worst game ever created.
Yeah.
You guys had no fun as kids. What the hell?
No,
But the commercial where they do the knock, where Marco Polo himself is in the above ground pool. Okay, that's the funniest thing ever.
A soliloquy?
Now, we've got, let's see, what is it, 8 men that have won this race before? Now, are they going to...
More people. It's raced 104 times.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
only 8 guys over 100 years.
that are in the field today.
Oh,
Well,
gotcha.
speak correctly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now the
How
authoritative
can you be
voice.
so wrong all the time?
My question is, are they going to go back to the phrase, gentlemen, start your engines?
Because there are no...
Because there are no women in it?
I think they say drivers, don't they?
Why would they do that?
And Roger Penske's doing it today.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Why would they say drivers?
And he's going to say, this is mine. This is all mine.
All right, everything you see.
Have you seen the new bathrooms yet?
He's going to say, when I bought this, I didn't realize this crap was going to happen.
That's right.
I'll be starting a GoFundMe account.
This hasn't really been the first year we'd hoped for.
We got the bathrooms all fixed up and nobody can use them.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you'd like to buy tickets for next year, those are available.
Mr. Penske has done an incredible job with the facility, and can't wait to get back over there to see it live and in person. We've got a bunch of guys that could win this. But why would they? Gentlemen, Start Your Engines is a tradition. Classic. Driver Start Your Engines is, what is it, politically correct? There are no ladies in the field.
No, if I were going to make a prop bet, I would say they're going to say gentlemen. And that they'll just say drivers when there are women involved.
Why don't they say ladies and gentlemen then? Oh, it's just unbelievable.
Well, there's no ladies in the race.
Why don't they just say, let's get your butts in there, get it on?
Well, that's...
Don't ever do the Southern guy again, okay? Don't do the white trash guy again. Leave it to the experts, okay?
Yeah, also, my favorite part of the race is the actual race, not watching them say, gentlemen, start your engine.
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm done with the race.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
But it's part of the tradition.
And why don't we get balloons? What the hell?
What happened to the balloons?
What happened to balloons? Just because no one's there, we can see them on TV.
I don't know. I think that the balloons were killing birds or something.
Right.
I think they have to develop a kind of...
We got enough birds.
Balloons made out of bird food or something. When did we open this up for questions? What the hell just happened?
I think we've always been open for questions.
We're talking. We're having
by
a
the
conversation.
Way, good luck.
Okay.
You're up.
Go ahead. I have been looking forward to this.
Yes, this is really going to be something. I'm getting comfortable.
Jake, buddy, I got popcorn in here. You want to come hang out, eat a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well,
here we go.
We have some other peculiar guests coming up. I'm very excited about.
Peculiar, huh?
Yeah. How about interesting?
Well, that might...
Peculiar make it sounds like it's JoJo the dog-faced boy.
Right. Well, I couldn't get JoJo the dog-faced boy because, sadly, he was run over by a steamroller.
But in JoJo's fairness, he was chasing it. So
he was chasing a balloon, and he was run over.
JoJo's a hell of a
he may need an attorney.
Well, that's
good.
Perfect timing. If it's a business or a personal need, the law offices of Taylor, Chad, Mineta, Schneider, and Clutter will help you navigate the most complicated landscapes of the law. Whether you're a company in need of expert legal advice or a citizen in need of general law services, they've got you covered and are standing by. Now, to make this easier, I'm going to tell you how you can do it without having to remember all those names.
How can I do it?
Well, you go to tcmsclaw.com. and put those little dash marks between it, okay?
Okay.
TCM, got it? TCMSClaw.com for all the details. Or find them in their 4 locations, Crawfordsville, Lebanon, Indianapolis, and Covington. It's a long name, but a short drive. I'm going to give it to you one more time. Taylor, Chad, Minette, Schneider, and Clutter. Again, in need of expert legal advice or just in need of some general law services, check out Taylor, Chad, Minette, Schneider, and Clutter. They will help you navigate the most complicated landscapes of the law. Once again, remember there are dashes between these, tcmsclaw.com. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. And we will come back with some weird stuff. I promise.
All right.
We have some peculiar guests. Is that
All
okay?
right.
Yes.
I mean, saying interesting, but really it's false advertising.
Okay.
When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
And everybody knows when you get south of Gainesville, Florida, you're back in Michigan.
Is that what it is?
See, the southern accent stops at Gainesville, Florida. You get the panhandled North Florida accent. It's kind of like Ronnie Van Zant from Leonard Skinner. Hey, man, all right, man. Y'all gonna go to Panama City, man? All right, man. And then South Georgia, they talk like Jimmy Carter. Nobody has any R's in their words, and they sound like they'll get their ass whipped, which was pretty much his M.O. the whole time he was president.
Yeah.
North Georgia, everything got an R in it. Put the back tire in your car there. Pull it back around there.
Alabama, you open your mouth up real wide like this and talk like this. Are y'all going on Wednesday night or Friday night? I'm not sure. I may go on Friday because I got a dental appointment on Wednesday.
Is Paula Dean from Alabama?
She's from Savannah, Georgia.
Hi-yo.
She makes me sound like a, Brooklyn attorney. Mississippi, they all talk like Elvis Presley. Everybody got that little stutter in there. They can't quite get it out. Jimmy Swaggart always sounded like he was from Mississippi, but he's actually from Louisiana. Well, I don't really know exactly what happened at the hotel. Louisiana, they got the French thing. Because they bought that thing from France. They just did a cool in everybody else.
Where you
because
at?
they from Louisiana. Okay? We ought to sell that state today. Okay, Louisiana ain't been nothing but a headache for the past 10 years.
Really?
It's basically a concrete bridge with water under it. We bought Louisiana in 1803. Louisiana Purchase. If we sold it today, we could triple our money.
Really?
Don't you have a theory on an interesting thought? You were gambling in Louisiana and...
No, I was in Mississippi.
I don't know if I was in Louisiana when that happened.
No,
I was talking like this.
You had a
I think I was in
blackjack.
Mississippi.
You had a blackjack hand, and you said a quick prayer about.
Oh no, that was in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh.
That's another story.
All right.
Arkansas, they talk like Bill Clinton. You can't tell if they're laughing or crying. Johnny Cash sort of had that. He was from Arkansas, and you couldn't tell if he was happy or sad. Tennessee, I can't do. You chew gum, talk like Charlie Daniels, and he's from North Carolina. South Carolina, you talk like Strom Thurmond. Everybody remember Strom Thurmond? He was 137 years old in the United States Senate. There's some lovely young ladies in here today. Strom turned out to be a little bit hypocritical on the way out.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Strom Thurmond, the only man in the world that could pull out a Susan B. Anthony dollar, look at it and think, yeah, I slept with her. He could probably get that Indian woman on the Sacagawea dollar.
Yeah, probably.
I bet you if you check it, Bob, that's his baby she's holding.
Frank's Red Hot Thick Sauce. I put that on everything.
Aviation is more than passenger travel.
Essential cargo and supplies all need to be delivered around the world. And airlines need certified maintenance technicians to keep them flying. We are the Aviation Institute of Maintenance, and we train tomorrow's technicians. Visit traintomorrow.com. Train for an essential career as an aviation maintenance technician. Train using real equipment under the supervision of industry-experienced instructors. Call today and train tomorrow. And veterans, ask how you can graduate debt-free. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the average aircraft technician in Indianapolis makes over $52,000 per year. Visit traintomorrow.com or call 888-FIX-JETS. For consumer information and specific salary information near you, visit traintomorrow.com. At AIM, we train tomorrow's technicians.
This just in. The weather forecast today shows 100% chance of fun at Urban Air Adventure Park. Awesome is at an all-time high here, and kids are clear to go for it.
So let them try something new. Let them challenge friends on our battle beams. Let them build confidence on the warrior course. Score a slam dunk, jump, race, climb. Let them have an awesome time. Urban Air, let them fly. For a location near you, visit urbanair.com.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that.
Rest easy. With the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
Okay, but can it help keep us asleep?
It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. It's our biggest sale of the year where all beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Join us today at Boot Barn in Southport for our one-year anniversary sale happening right now. Visit us today and save $20 on all regularly priced boots over $100. We're also offering savings on jeans, shirts, and select cowboy hats during our anniversary sale. Head over today and save on top quality boots and clothing. Safely open in Southport, off Southport Road next to Home Depot. Boot Barn, proud supporters of the West.
This is Jay Query, Turn 3 announcer of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Radio Network, with this fast fact brought to you by Indiana Donor Network Driven to Save Lives, official partner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. More than 113,000 people nationwide, including 1,300 Hoosiers, are waiting for life-saving organ transplants. That's enough people standing side by side to circle IMS nearly 10 times. Do something today to help save lives in the future. Sign up to be an organ donor at driventosavelives.org. That's driven, the number 2, savelives.org.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the delicious McDouble or the bold, hot, and spicy McChicken with medium fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
The Bob and Tom Ray Show is brought to you by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. It is created in honor of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, undisputed father of the old school tattoo. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is made the old school way, 92 proof, bold and smooth as hell. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95, Indy's classic rock.
It's 12:24. It's the Bob and Tom Show on Q95.
It's nice to hear the mellifluous voice of Ace Cosby.
Yep.
Here on time, present and accounted for. And now, over to Chick McGee at the sports desk.
I'm Chick McGee.
How about
How about you?
He's not there.
I have a weather forecast if you'd like that. I'm in my place.
Okay, what do you got?
Q95, Fox 59, Indy 500 weather. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds around, high 87. Clear tonight down to 70, sunny and 90 tomorrow. It's 82 currently.
All right. It's going to be a great race. 104th running of the Indy 500. And one of the most difficult jobs in the media world is calling the race on the radio. And we are joined by Jake Query, good friend of the show, great broadcaster. Jake, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear, Tom.
It's great talking to you. Now, you're going to be where during the race?
I will be in turn number 3, which is at the very top of the I always get this confused, Northeast Vista. I think one year I called it the Northwest Vista and thoroughly confused the dozens of listeners that were tuned in. But I will be atop turn 3 in the Northeast Vista.
The way things are going in the world, if you get it wrong, you'll be fired.
Yeah.
I've done that drill.
Jake, we're laughing because we really like your work.
Yeah, we do.
I'm so sorry. Jake is a tremendous sports broadcaster, and I'm urging Jake and company to work on a podcast or a network show. I think he'd be the best. I was looking over some of these names, and obviously we know Marco Andretti, Scott Dixon, fairly easy. Takuma Sato, at this point, we've kind of got down. But Rinus VK, and it is definitely Rinus, not Rinus. Is that correct?
You are correct. I guess for some, there's the potential of a dangerous Freudian slip there, which is the easiest way to remember the pronunciation. But it's Rinus VK, and interestingly enough, he's native to the Netherlands. He's 19 years old. He's the fastest rookie qualifier in the history of the event. But his last name is actually, because he's Dutch, so his last name is Van Kalmerith or something along those lines. So for his American, I guess, marketing purposes, they just shortened it, and he's Rinus VK.
Of course, and it's kind of like the great Nelson PK. It's got that same sound. Do you know that he's from Hoofddorp?
I did know that, and the reason I know this, and this is so incredibly esoteric, but Rinus VK was, because he's the fastest rookie qualifier, he was honored by the American Dairy Association for the fastest rookie luncheon, and because it's a milk event, I, of course, said, well, you're from the Netherlands, where they have 17,000 dairy farms, and of course, all dairy cows have hoofs, and so I just tied it in that way. That's the kind of masterful threading that I can do that's allowed me to be atop the Northeast Vista today.
Yeah. I just love the fact that the town of Hoofddorp spells it HOOFDDORP. Like, we want you to get that D in there, and we're not kidding. Hoofddorp, Netherlands. And
that's why when you get redundant letters, you just shorten it to things like VK and make it easier for those of us yokels in the Midwest.
Okay, now he's driving for Ed Carpenter, and is he the leading Chevrolet? Is he the closest to the front?
He is. As a matter of fact, in the Fast 9 qualifying, which is obviously the 9 fastest qualifiers, he was the only Chevrolet. So he starts inside of row number 2, and it's going to be interesting because he's young, he's really fast. And, obviously, but I mean, he drives fast. He hasn't necessarily learned, I don't think, the patience that's necessary in racing, and that's not a knock on him. That's typical of a young driver. But to start the 4th position in the very start of the race, I mean, you've got to have a little bit of discipline to know when to go and to know when to kind of back out a little bit. And I'm curious to see what he does there in that opening laps. In the opening laps, whether he goes for it or whether he knows, hey, look, let's wait back and see what happens. That's part of the maturation of a racer, and we'll see whether or not he's experienced that yet.
Now, do you make, for example, flashcards of all the cars so you know the paint scheme? Because they're going by awfully quick, so you can call who's where?
It's a great question, and I will admit this to you guys. In the first year that I was in the turns, 2009, I had a poster board that I wrote down with, like, all kinds of information, like of the grid, and I had it taped to the platform that I'm standing on. I thought, well, this is brilliant. I mean, I am right on top of this. And the first turn of the first lap of the first race that I was in a turn, Marco Andretti and Mario Moraes hit the wall right below me, and I called it, and I had a 1 in 33 chance in getting Mario Moraes' car correct, but I saw the paint go past. I saw the color go past. That's silver. That's Mario Moraes, 32, KV Racing, Brazil. And so I called it. And then we went to a break, and I picked up the poster board, chucked it into about 100 pieces because I was like, "This is you just can't, you can't replicate. I mean, there's just no way to prepare for it." So, the only preparation is just to be out here during practice and to see the cars and get used to what they look like, and then hope that they don't get some new sponsor the day before the race and completely change the paint scheme, which has happened a couple times because it's just a matter of conditioning it to your brain.
Wow, we're speaking with Jake Query. Jake, if people want to find you in social media, how do they do it?
I'm on Twitter, which is, thank you for asking, at Jake Query, JakeQuery. I welcome all interaction, including yesterday when I referenced it as the largest, typically, the largest single-day collection of humanity in the world. The one guy that decided that he was going to challenge that. Well, actually, in 1970, there was a political protest in Washington, D.C. that had 782,000.
Yeah. Well, who was on the poll?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm like, look, man, you know, it's. I got news for you. It's not really the world's largest Christmas tree on Monument Circle either.
Yeah.
All right, Jake. Well, best of luck, and the radio network will be international, and you guys do a tremendous job. Ace has a question.
No, you wanted to ask him about his bathroom habits during the race.
Oh, I was too much of a gentleman to do that.
Oh, yeah. It's like we said, Jake. Thanks.
Do you hydrate? Do you have to be careful how much you hydrate because you're stuck up there for 3 hours?
It's a great question, actually, and I'll simply say this:
Thank you.
Turn 2. Once you're into the broadcast perch in turn 2, there's really no getting down, so you're kind of stuck. In turn 3, I'm better off because I have a steps below me, right behind me, and I can get to a restroom and back up in like 3.5 minutes. So I'm really okay. But there was a race in the early 2010s where I was up in turn 2. It was a day like today. We all had to hydrate, and about lap 85, I thought, oh boy, this is not good. The fuel light's on, and there's no rest area coming here. So I had to make do with a bottle and a trash bag to cover myself, and I'm midway through, and all of a sudden they're like, let's go to an observation in turn 2. And I thought, oh boy, don't go back here.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. Oh, wait a minute.
Yep. So
Okay.
when I hear that race, I know which lap it was. I've never divulged that, and I take pride in the fact. I don't know if it says much about my abilities in the other 199 laps that you can't actually differentiate which one it is. Maybe that's a negative, but you got to do what you got to do. You just have to make sure you're professional about it, discreet about it. And fortunately, people are pretty understanding because you're up on an island, no doubt about it.
And some of the drivers have had to do that during the race.
Yeah.
You know, actually, Tom, if you look in the 99 race, actually, I can't remember what year it was. It wasn't 99, 97 maybe. Robbie Gordon had a fire on the backstretch and hopped out of his car and was rolling around. And you could see his, I hate to say it this way, but you could see his catheter. He had a catheter that was coming, that came out.
Oh.
And that was kind of where it tipped off everybody like, oh, wait a minute. I guess, like, they do have to think about those things. The thing I've always wondered is what a driver, and I'm totally serious. I remember asking somebody this once. What happens if you're going 240 down the straightaway into a turn and you have to sneeze?
Oh,
wow. What do you do? Like, you know, I mean, you close your eyes for a second and a half. Well, you've gone now 175 yards.
Oh.
You know, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I've asked the same question about those guys that climb without any restraints or ropes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, free solo.
Yeah, the free solo thing. If that guy sneezes, wow. Bad cold? No, just gravity killed me.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Well, Jake Query, have a great day, Jake. And I want to see you and your former partner, Mr. Schultz. You guys need to get together and get on the network. You guys are the best.
Well, I'm thankful for Derek, Tom, because this is going to be a unique event with no fans. And thanks to doing 9 years of radio with Derek Schultz, I am more than accustomed to broadcasting with no fans.
Jake, you are a wonderful guy.
Yes, you are. I'm very talented.
And yeah, and you guys will knock it out of the park, to use an analogy from a different sport. Thanks, Jake.
All right, always a pleasure, guys.
All right, now this edition of the Bob and Tom program on Q95 is also being broadcast on the
YouTube,
on the World Wide Web and on YouTube. So I want to say hi to Pam Rhodes, got it on the big screen. Pam, the electric lady. I want to say hi to. Let's see now. We have.
What are we? We're romper room, or we wishing
happy all the Gabriel Jr.'s there, Dwayne's there, Trina,
just a second.
Oh my goodness!
First name Jack, last name Ass.
That's okay. No,
I want to say a special hi to South Wales, where Jonathan Main is watching. Hey,
the Main,
Jonathan,
Jonathan Main,
and of course, the most famous person from Wales. Anyone?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Certainly one of them.
Yeah, maybe we should play a little Tom Jones.
Jones. Of
Yes, for our guest because he's Tom Jones, of course, great singer, and
he's a whale, all right.
And we unfortunately we only have
Gamble's big. Yeah.
He's got that big hall.
Although we have a lot of digital technology here in the Bob and Tom program, we do not have any Tom Jones on digital. I do have this on vinyl for you, Jonathan. Let's just give this a quick listen. This might hope it doesn't skip. It seems to be skipping.
It sure does. You know what? I've heard that for, I don't know, what do you think, Christy? 25 years?
Yep.
And it always jars me a little bit. I don't know why, but man, oh man.
The way things are going, that'll never play again. Anyway, it's time to move on. And
who could this be?
Can you grab
No kidding. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, God.
From the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, this is 500 race historian David Donaldson. Well, yes, as you're hearing, it's most unusual. Some of the drivers couldn't wait to 2:30 and have gone on out to the track.
Apparently.
Wow,
And strangely enough, they're NASCAR drivers. Oh, that Jimmy Johnson, isn't he a card? All right, who am I kidding? I'm at home. Anyway, I can see them from afar. Let's do some facts about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 500-mile race. Did you know the first race was the Neanderthal 500 in 38,000 BC?
Really?
Yes. It was also the last 500-mile race that didn't feature a driver named Andretti.
Wow. That family has really been dominant.
The dynasty.
Yeah.
Well, the start of the race took forever. The owner of the track had to announce, "Gentlemen, create the wheel." That took 2,000 years. And none of the drivers wore helmets in the initial race because with those giant thick skulls, who needed them? The race was long and exhausting. Pushing a stone wheel 500 miles was tough. Fortunately, pit stops were simple. Roll in your wheel and get a new one. The race took 9 months to complete. And by the time the race was over, people in the infield were so drunk they all passed out and missed the race.
Oh.
Now, the winner of the race proceeded to the winner's circle where he'd drink a bottle of woolly mammoth milk and thank his sponsors.
I'd like to thank Fire.
All right, I agree. A quick history of cars at the 500. In 1880, Carl Benz developed the first gasoline-powered vehicle, thus forever supplanting horses as the preferred mode of transportation. Benz asked his wife, Mercedes, what they should name the new invention, and they settled on the crapless carriage. The crapless carriage.
I think they changed that when they translated it. Yeah.
I think they did. The top-selling car in 1902 was the 3-horse-powered Oldsmobile. Their motto was, "Now this is your father's Oldsmobile."
Makes sense.
The first Model A Ford was sold in 1903. Scratch and dent models were marketed as Ford Model A-. In 1913, Henry Ford created the first moving assembly line, which led to production and sales taking off like wildfire. In 1971, the Ford Motor Company created the Pinto, which just caught fire while taking off. Here are some auto brands owned by VW and how they got their name. Which has nothing to do with the race, but anyway, Porsche was named after its creator, Ferdinand Porsche.
Of course.
Bentley was named after Ferdinand Porsche's butler.
Really?
Oh, Bentley.
And Audi was named in honor of Ferdinand Porsche's belly button.
Audi. Yeah.
Good
inning. Well, the cars are back.
Reporting live from the Indianapolis. Look out!
They started up again.
Okay. David Donaldson, Indy 500 historian, barely mentioned the race.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I told you we were going to have some peculiar guests this morning. That was just one of them. If you're listening or watching the show from some exotic port of call, let us know. We've got Bradenton, Florida, Beulah, Michigan. And as I mentioned, South Wales and exotic 16th Street, Indiana, USA. Did I mention Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum? Our sponsor today, one of many. They exist to keep alive the legacy of Norman. Sailor Jerry Collins, U.S. Navy veteran and a tattoo artist. I'm telling you, go to this website. You'll have some fun. These are the old-fashioned tattoos. It's not he didn't develop the barbed wire tattoo. Yikes. No. He's the old-school tattoo. You know, the hula girl and all those classic Navy tattoos. Fought in World War II. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is bottled and blended here in the United States. Plus, Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum gives to multiple military causes, including the USO. And in the last 5 years, $790,000 given to support military and their families. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. a sponsor of the Bob and Tom Show, in recognition and gratitude of the men and women who fight for freedom. We wouldn't be here without them. Sailor Jerry, distilled and bottled once again in the United States of America. Respect the legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Thank you, Sailor Jerry. Coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
This is one of my favorite tunes, by the way.
Tom's going to do one of his big hits.
Oh, yeah. It is, actually. It's
a huge hit.
One of the better ones. Yeah, all set over there, Tom?
I beg your pardon? Who are you speaking to?
Oh.
It's that strange European accent that you can't quite place.
Yes,
I'm sorry, your name, sir?
Bonjour.
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 Good morning, Mr. Bonjour.
Oh, that's very funny.
Oh, yeah, we said it.
You must be the chick, the funny one. Yes. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, we didn't catch your name.
I haven't thought of one yet.
I see.
It's Peter Merritt, isn't it? Or
I think it is Peter Merritt.
Peter Merritt.
Something
Yes.
like that?
Yes. That would be very funny.
He's the crappy artist, isn't he?
Dick Merritt? Yeah.
Ricardo Merritt. Yes.
Ricardo Merritt.
Excuse me, darling. I hate to interrupt you, but there's something I must tell you. I will sing for you now. In a minute.
Let it come around.
I will sing after the band comes around.
It's the band's fault.
If you find yourself in Holland, they'll say to you, how yaman? In France, they'll say, fermez la gueule. In Athens, you'll hear scarmont. In Berlin, it's Helden Sie die Schnauzer! In Jakarta, it's simply bon com. Let me translate for you, darling. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Coming around again.
Has there ever been a topic on which you don't expound? Has there ever been a moment when your mouth wasn't making a sound? Have you ever had the feeling that you might have said enough? I am begging you, my darling, shut up, shut up, shut up. Day or night, it does not matter. You still want to shoot the breeze. When I hear your constant chatter, I'm thinking, someone shoot me, please! Maestro! Now we are in the bedroom, so comfortably inclined. But the only intercourse we're having is the conversational kind. There's just one way to stop you from blabbering so much. Say hello to Mr. Johnson and shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Bravo.
Fermez la douche.
Yes.
Bonjour.
Laird Chevalier.
Laird Chevalier.
Maurice Chevalieris. Thank you. Maurice Chevalieris is the name of that character.
Off Castleton Corner Drive next to Dave & Buster's. Boot Barn, proud supporters of the West.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering powerful and reliable internet and voice. Now for only $35 each a month when you buy both and sign up for EcoBill and AutoPay with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on. Stay connected with 24/7 support and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Comcast Business. Offer ends 9/21/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra. Subject to change.
The Bob and Tom Race Day Show is brought to you by the Indiana Donor Network. More than 113,000 people nationwide, including 1,300 Hoosiers, are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. The Indiana Donor Network would like to remind you that you can make a difference now by visiting driven2savelives.org and signing up to be an organ donor. It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95, Indy's classic rock.
1246, Bob and Tom Show. We're back. Hello.
Thank you very much. A bunch of cool stuff happening with the Indy 500, and I'm going to tell you pretty soon about betrivers.com, B-E-T, betrivers.com, where you can bet on stuff during the race. Oh, yes. Suddenly things become very interesting. It is the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. Perfect day for it, Christy Lee at the news desk.
Plenty of sunshine, few clouds overhead, high 87, sunny tomorrow 90, currently 83 degrees.
Now, we've had some peculiar guests.
Yes, we have.
Including David Donaldson, reporting on the first race ever. What was it, 38,000 BC? I had no idea. But we have a couple more peculiar guests coming up. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can talk about some other stuff. In the world of sports, we have the Pacers down. Yikes. Yeah. What's going to happen there?
They're going to lose the series.
Well, now.
They have to win 4 in a row, and they've lost 3 in a row. So
now we talk a lot about
look good.
The Washington Football Club.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm going somewhere with this. Calm down.
All right.
Did you see that Jess from our staff has a T-shirt on?
Well, that's the colors this year.
Honoring the 104th running of the Indy 500. Of course, it has the date from May.
Cool.
Which
I think it has the date from August on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Jess, is yours the? I thought it was the because I understand there were some of the May ones were.
Yeah, I have a hat that is May 24th, 2020 on right now.
Willie's got the hat on.
It's very this is like Bill's Super Bowl gear, Bill's Super Bowl champion.
Sure,
gear.
Sure. Yeah.
It'll be kind of a collectible.
Sure.
To have one from
but
that.
The color scheme for this year's 500 was gold and burgundy. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so maybe get yourself a T-shirt there, son.
I wasn't aware they changed the color scheme every year. They have a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
But they are sticking with the black and white checkered thing.
Yeah, that's kind of always been the thing for me.
Which so far so good.
Yeah,
it's worked.
The way today's world is, God knows what we're going to find out next.
Yeah. What general wore checkers?
Well, his general played a game of checkers.
Oh, boy.
Well, see ya.
Where that goes.
Okay, well, we have some interesting facts about the 104th running of the Indy 500.
Oh, yeah, for instance, go ahead.
As a matter of fact,
hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Sean, are you there?
I am. This is Sean.
Hey, Sean Sauer is a guy that is a huge fan of the Indy 500 to enlighten us. Now, it's an interesting race because most of the Chevrolets are in the back of the pack. A bunch of them happen to be Penske Chevrolets. Your thoughts on what's going to happen with this thing? Do the Hondas have a big advantage because they did so well in qualifying?
They've got an advantage to start out with, but I think you're going to watch those Chevys fire quickly to the front. And, speaking of the Penske's, if they know what's good for them, considering the big man owns the place now, they better get to the front pretty quickly. But I definitely think they've got a shot to quickly make their way up to the front, which should make some exciting racing at the very beginning.
Yeah, and then how about Marco up front? What do you think about that?
I think Marco needs to take the Simon Pagenaud playbook from last year and stay up front. I think he's shown kind of through carb day and even through some of the practice days that once he got mid-pack, it was kind of difficult to find the speed. But if he stays out front, it's hard to catch him. So maybe throw the fuel mileage out the window and hope to stay up front and take a shot at it at the very end.
A lot of folks are big fans of James Hinchcliffe, and this is going to be his only race this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, he ran the opening race at Texas. So he's got a limited schedule this year. I think he's got an unbelievable shot, maybe his best shot ever. And that guy has been, you talk about the highs and the lows of Indy, everything from, being on the pole to his spectacular crash and injury to not even making the show. I think this is probably his best shot at a win. I mean, those Andretti Hondas are lightning fast, starting up front. I think he's got a great shot to win it this year.
Now, we were talking about Renus VK, 19 years old. That's quite a story to be that far, that close to the front at that age. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Renus?
Yeah, I mean, he's another quick one. I mean, he's kind of the records or checkers guy, right? So he's I don't see him driving around in 22nd place. So he's going to be at the very front, or something spectacular is going to happen. Ari Leindyk's his driving coach, so he's got great mentor behind him. And I mean, this kid's unbelievable. At 19 years old, the future looks really bright for the IndyCar series and definitely for this kid.
Yeah, we're huge Ari Leyendyk fans.
Yeah.
And the first time he won.
Hard not to be. Yeah. Unbelievable hair.
Yes.
You got to appreciate a guy who can still, flow the lettuce at his age. So that's amazing.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Now, I know that you're in a sort of a fantasy league with your friends for the Indianapolis the car season. Who are you picking to win today?
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound super dorky at 45 to be in a fantasy league with your buddies, for the IndyCar series. But I think Simon Pagenaud is on my team. I think even though he's starting toward the back, I think he's probably one of the three favorites. So I really feel strongly about him. And then the other one on my team, Colton Herta. He won 2 races last year. Brian Herta's son. I think he was like 3 or 4 laps last year before he had a mechanical, so he never even really got the race last year. But his car has been really fast. Didn't qualify great, but I think he'll be up there too. So those are 2 guys on my team I think will find their way toward the front and have a great race.
Now, you're one of those guys that traditionally hops on a bicycle and takes a bike to the track and goes to your seats. This year, none of that's happening, so it's going to be a different feel.
Yeah, so, we do take a bike ride in the morning down to the track. Somehow I convinced my 5-year-old to throw on a race tank top and ride down to Broadable for breakfast with me this morning. So I kind of got at least the bike portion of the day out of the way. But, so it's a completely different way to take in the race. I don't know that I've ever watched it on TV live. So it'll be a brand new experience. Hopefully I'll never have to do it again. And we can get back to being at the track. But, look forward to a great race, and it'll be interesting to take it all in on TV this year. Okay, real quick, your dark horse pick. If you had to, you said Simon Pagenaud for the winner, but if you had to pick one of the ones that's kind of under the radar, who you're going to go with? So I'm saying Takuma Sato. 43% of winners have come from the front row, with the pole position being the prime spot, but the second most wins come from the number 3 slot, and that's where Takuma Sato will start today, and his car's been lightning fast all month too. Okay. Now, have you put any wagers on this? Can I ask you that legally? Sure. I've been known to play a game of chance every now and then. The big money's obviously on Dixon and Pagenaud and those guys. But I like Graham Rahal. I think he was at like 12-1. Rossi's at like 15-2. But I still think that's really, really good. I think Rossi, he gets angry. Watch him go around on the outside. The video from last year when he was coming through the field was amazing. So I got money on those 2 guys, and we'll see what the rest of the field does. But the real money is obviously in the fantasy league. So I'm pulling for those guys. How are you doing in your fantasy league, by the way? I'm leading, which is, I tend to overthink everything and end up with the worst team or a team that would have been great like 3 years ago. Somehow I come into the 500 leading, which means I'll probably finish last in the entire league. But at this point in time, I at least had bragging rights coming into the 500. Does your team have a cool name? No, Indy So Racing. I don't know. Not really. Like it doesn't. Again, it's super nerdy to begin with. At 45, to be having a racing IndyCar fantasy team. So, not. I can't go any further than that. Okay. Well, Sean, it's a great pleasure talking to you. Best of luck with your picks, and hope you win lots of money. And we'll try to get a new name for your team for next year. I appreciate that. Great to talk to you guys. Have a great day.
Bye, Sean.
Thank you very much. Now we have people listening all over the world and watching on YouTube as we get ready for the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500, including Clay Center, Kansas, Butler, South Dakota, population 17.
Oh, how about that?
So we're getting some huge numbers.
Now we're hee-haw.
Yeah, we are.
Not
We're
only,
hee-hawing.
not only does it say, it says watching from Butler, South Dakota, population 17, comma, yes, 17. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. Bay City, Michigan, Terre Haute, Indiana, Long Island, New York. Hello, Gary. Thank you for hanging out with us as we get ready for the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. Now, Josh, have you ever thought about if you had a racing team or a fantasy league in sports, what you would name it?
I haven't, no.
Chick McGee.
I didn't even know you could have a racing fantasy league team.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I had no clue
I had
that.
no,
yeah, because wouldn't it just be a driver? I mean, do you get to pick drivers from other
I guess
teams?
maybe you get a first pick and a second pick and a third pick.
I don't-
and
I'm not sure how
so
the
many
system
awarded.
works.
Or do you have
now,
to-
Willie Griswold, do you have a with the NFL season just around the corner? I know you're a big NBA and NFL fan. Do you have a fantasy? Are you in a fantasy league for any of that stuff?
I was in a fantasy league last year with comedians, so it was very easy. They're all idiots.
For football or
fantasy football? Yes.
Yeah.
And my team, I took a page out of your book. It was Grisworld.
Oh, Griswold. Okay.
Griswold. And yeah, my racing fantasy. Actually, most of my racing fantasies involve Scott Dixon being very nice to me on a breezy Tuesday night.
Scott Dixon is such a great guy.
Yeah, he's very nice.
Such a great guy. Yeah, there's so many of these guys I want to win. I wish there's about 15 of them I'd love to see win.
Well, maybe your racing team could be like Dixon Willie.
That's perfect. That's great,
There you go.
Josh. You got it.
Two names.
Dixon Willie.
Both penile in nature.
Or Willie Dixon. That guy was good, right?
Or
No, I think Dixon Willie.
I think it'd be better if it was like Willie's Dixon.
Hey.
Then you'd have to have a
Careful.
It's time to.
You can't. These days, I can't even finish my own joke. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to say a special hello because we've been talking about Chevrolets, and as Sean just pointed out, it looks like they're going to probably be coming from the back, heading up front. A lot of cars are lightning fast. In fact, all of them are out there. And speaking of Chevrolet, Central Indiana Chevy dealers open road sales event is happening right now. Now listen carefully: 15% off MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models, incredible versatility, and surprisingly spacious 2020 Trax models, or 12% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Blazer models, famous for their bold capability.
That's manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that
MSRP?
I thought everybody kind of knew that by now.
Oh,
I didn't know that stood for anything.
thank you.
That's interesting.
I'm here to help.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Josh.
LSMFT stands for Lucky Strike Means Fine Tobacco.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we could do this all day.
Right.
Or it would just seem like.
Take new retail delivery. Chevrolet 83120. Call 844-39 Chevy or see the dealer for all the details.
Certainly is a lot of numbers.
Plus, your Central Indiana Chevy dealers also have great offers on 2020 Chevy Silverado, the strongest and most advanced Silverado ever, offering the most functional bed of any pickup. The choice of 8 models with bold styling and distinct personalities, plus the strength of an available 6.2-liter V8. That delivers best-in-class power and towing.
Some pickups now have a sleep number bed. How about that?
That's kind of makes it impractical when you want to load stuff in it. Sorry, can't haul the lumber. Josh installed a bed in the back of his. You are not helping. See your Central Indiana Chevy dealers. They won't give you a hard time. They'll give you a great time. Check them out today or shop right now. ChooseYourChevy.com. Thank you very much. Coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Pink Floyd, Aerosmith, Def Leppard, and more live here. This is
Now I know we're gonna try to do the big orchestrated version of Fred at some point.
Are we?
And we doing that now? Okay, so we're getting the.
Are we ready?
The official.
Y'all just tell me. I'll go.
We got the official Fred. Are the Fred singers out there at this point? We have to get some singers out here for this one. This is a song. This is actually the first
Hello, Wendy.
experience
Glad you
that Rodney had with the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra, and we brought Rodney in and did a recording of this song, which ended up being what the deal that got Rodney his record.
Yeah, I
record
guess.
deal.
I can remember the first time I did the show, and I did like 2 hours of this, and of everything I knew. And then I remember you asking me, well, you got anything else? And then I said, I got this stupid Fred song. And then that was the thing that kind of stuck. And out of all the things. You know, and if I don't sing it, by God, I hear about it too at the shows. You son of a bitch, I drove 400 miles to hear you sing the Fred song. Looks like you're going to be doing it a cappella in my pickup truck. You know.
How many of the Fred singers do we have out there? Do we just have Wendy? Because
we have no idea where the Fred singers are. Well,
Okay.
there's one.
Okay.
I'm not sure there is any.
Okay, well, I know I can sing part of the Fred song. I can do it from right in here.
Okay.
You wanna, sure. Fred. Got
That's
it.
Fred. Very good.
We can all sing. I think we
All
all
right.
know this one. So everybody sing their Fred part.
He once shot a man just for snoring. Got out of bed and he shot him dead. Well, his name was, I didn't know what his name was, so we just called him Fred. He was riding across the desert on a horse to another town, looking for a woman in a nightgown. The horse's name was, I didn't know what his name was, so we just called him Fred. Oh, now Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred. Fred's riding Fred. Ha! Well, he got to a town, he met a woman in a nightgown. She was wearing a crown. Well, it rhymed. Well, her name was, I didn't know what her name was. I got you, didn't I, boys? Listen, let's stop for a second. I didn't know what her... You guys want to try that again? I didn't know what her name was. So...
It's like Haywood meets Rodney.
I think I waited a little too long
I
to
think
come
you
in on
did.
the end there. All right, hold on. Well, when we got...
know what her name was.
I didn't know what her name was, so we just called her Fred. There we go. Oh, now Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred. Fred's riding Fred. That song was written under the influence of alcohol and a few other things I can't tell you about on the radio. Had you been drinking alcohol at the time of hearing the Fred song, you'd be, well, I should state by saying that alcohol has a tendency to make you think things are actually funnier than what they really are. Had you been drinking alcohol at the time of hearing this Fred song, you'd be laying on the floor right now laughing your ass off. Saying the same thing I'm saying. Why the hell's he singing the Fred song?
Fred. Okay, do the Freddy.
Boy, that was just in pieces.
But right now, I've got some fast facts from Driven to Save Lives, brought to you by the Indiana Donor Network, official partner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The youngest driver, we were just talking about this, the fastest rookie qualifier, Renus VK, 19 years old. And as we just found out, VK is a special shortened version of his name because it's rather complicated.
It's Von Dutch.
It's
is what
very
it is.
Dutch.
Yes, it's. We'll just leave it right there. Ari Lyondike, of course, is his coach. Ari, a great guy and a good friend of this show. The oldest driver, TK. We already talked to Tony this morning. Very youthful, in great shape, turning 46 on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
the youngest winner ever, Troy Ruttman, in 1952 at the age of 22 years and 80 days. Josh is hoping to sometime go around the world in 80 days. I'm hoping he starts in about 3 minutes.
The hot air balloon is being blown up.
The oldest winner is Al Sr., of course, won it at the age of 47 in 1987. Now, here's something you need to know. There are no age limitations or health restrictions to sign up to be an organ and tissue donor. In fact, Indiana has had organ and tissue donors who are more than 100 years old. So you can help save lives in the future by registering to save lives today. For more information, go to driven2savelives.org, and that's numeral 2, driven2savelives.org. Become an organ donor. That's driven, the numeral 2, savelives.org. Now, we go to the hotline, and I believe we have Dave the King Wilson joining us. King, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
There we go. Now, Dave,
Happy race day, guys.
What was the first year you went to the 500, Dave?
1967.
Wow, do you remember who won?
I've been to every one since then, and I have... it's the first time since 1963 that I've not walked in the track.
Wow.
The Speedway credentialed me, but asked me not to use it.
Oh, okay. Huh. Well, you don't have to listen to them.
Yeah. But seriously, I mean, I'm across the street at the American Legion post on Georgetown Road, right across the street, because I'm kind of the general manager here, and it is unbelievable the number of people here.
Oh, really?
We normally would have 120 campers and RVs for the 500, and I bet we've got 25 RVs, and the lot is full of parkers and just campers and people pitching a tent. What other event? What other racetrack? What other venue in the whole world could draw this kind of people when they know they can't get in? I can't imagine of any other location or place that could do that. And, I've seen videos. People are showing me videos of what 16th Street looks like, what the main gate looks like. It's packed with people. Georgetown Road up and down is packed with people. There's at Gate 7 here, just north of me, you can sit on the outside there, and there's a huge Jumbotron screen, and so they sit there and they watch that through the grandstands. But the people that are here, coming in and eating and drinking here in the Legion and just camping out in the lot, they have TVs, they have their radios, but they just want to be close. And it is truly heartwarming, and it's unbelievable how this race. And you guys know this. I mean, Christy, you've grown up here, and the rest of you, you've all absorbed a lot of the Speedway heritage and understand it's important. But it is so important to the folks that live here. And this would have been my 54th 500, and Doug Bowles came out with that proclamation yesterday saying, if you come again next year, then you can continue your streak. But it's not the same. I remember a 12-year-old little boy sitting in the third turn on a gray day in 1967, and I hated that damn turbine that Parnelli Jones drove, and he started sixth on the outside of the second row, and Mario started on the pole, and the green flag flew, and the place is going crazy, and the first damn car I see out of the second turn is that damn turbine. That is engraved in my mind from 1967.
Wow.
It's just, and this is the eighth. Well, I'm on the pre-race. I have 3 pieces in the pre-race, so I'm going ahead and counting this as my 18th year on the radio network, even though I won't be in the ground.
And when you were on the radio network, you were the one guy no one wanted to see because you were covering the hospital.
Yeah.
So
hospital in the garage. So if you talk to Dave, you were either had an accident or you had hit the fence, and so they were as anxious to see me as a date. Believe me.
And historically, there are a couple of other people who don't want to see.
Right. Look at me in the same manner.
Okay, Dave, real quick, do you want to give us your top 3 for today's race?
Well, I always pick with my heart. I've expressed this on several occasions. I've only been wrong, or only been right a couple of times. But I'm going with Marco because I think my friend John Andretti and your friend, we were so close. And he was very good friends with Marco. And Marco is wearing a tribute helmet to John. It's the same unique font that John used on all of his helmets to spell out Andretti. That's what Marco's using. So I'm going with him. I think second, you cannot count out Dixon. I mean, he's right there. The Iceman is there. Ganassi, those pit stops. He has been under pressure. He's done it before. I think you have to pick him, watch him. And I'll tell you, I think the defending champion, he's starting in the back, and the Penske cars have been having troubles. But I watch out for Pagenaud, because he is determined to repeat. And, what an amazing job he did last year. So those would be my 3.
Okay, good, Dave. And I'll tell you what, in the memory of the great John Andretti, of all the drivers we've ever had on the air, by far the funniest, the nicest, great soul, a tremendous human being, and the race for Riley will carry on that tradition as we can get things back up and running next year. So some great picks, Dave. Have a great day, and next year will count as the streak will continue.
Yes.
Unless you use your credential and sneak in. I say go for it.
Yes.
Once that race starts, they're too busy.
That's true.
Get in there.
Okay, we'll see you, Dave. Thank you. Okay, Dave the King Wilson. It was his dream to be part of that radio network, so it's so cool that he got to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Almost everybody on that loves doing that. Right now, Chick McGee, you have a little something for me?
The Sailor Jerry rum, Tom.
Of course, Sailor Jerry spiced rum.
Oh, it's so good.
Once again, it exists to keep alive the legacy of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, a U.S. Navy veteran and tattoo artist. Like I said before, this is the guy, if you go to the Sailor Jerry website and you check out the tattoos that he designed, this is the old school tattoo. This is before you could go to the mall and get a tattoo. When you had an exotic tattoo, it meant you'd been to that place. The Sailor Jerry tattoos are such classics, and it's worth taking a quick look-see. Sailor Jerry was actually Norman Collins, was his actual name. And he is famous, like I said, for the tattoos. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum, by the way, giving back to multiple military causes right now, including the USO, et cetera, given, in fact, $790,000 in the past 5 years to support our military and their families. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum sponsoring the Bob and Tom Show in recognition and gratitude to the men and women who fight for our freedom. We wouldn't be here without them. Sailor Jerry, distilled and bottled in the USA. And respect the legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. We're coming right back. We have more exotic guests, and we'll find out who's listening. If you're listening in some exotic port of call, let us know, because we're worldwide right now on YouTube. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Q95. It's the greatest music ever made. Starting at 10 a.m. after Bob and Tom. This is Q95, Indy's classic rock.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering powerful and reliable internet and voice, now for only $35 each a month when you buy both and sign up for EcoBill and AutoPay with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Comcast Business. Offer ends 9/21/2020. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra, subject to change.
This just in.
The weather forecast today shows 100% chance of fun at Urban Air Adventure Park. Awesome is at an all-time high here, and kids are clear to go for it.
So let them try something new. Let them challenge friends on our battle beams. Let them build confidence on the warrior course. Score a slam dunk, jump, race, climb. Let them have an awesome time. Urban Air, let them fly. For a location near you, visit urbanair.com.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
With My Prescriptions, you can check your prescription status, set up auto refills, and pay online to save time. Get started at Kroger.com/myprescriptions.
Hey, it's Don Stuck. The largest and best medical hair restoration clinic in the Midwest is now open. We Grow Hair Indy's new office is on the first floor of the Pyramids, building number 2. This is a great time to get your hair and confidence back. Here's Darren Andrews to explain what you'll find in We Grow Hair Indy's new facility.
Hi, Chick McGee here at the old compound. And they want me to tell you about BobandTom.com, where you can join and be a Bob and Tom VIP and all the swell stuff that you get to be a part of because you're a VIP.
What kind of stuff?
All sorts of things.
Like what?
There are club meetings and there are decoder rings and and secret handshakes. And also go to BobandTomStore.com, where you can get Bob and Tom hats and sweatshirts, t-shirts, and shorts, socks. We have socks. I'm not sure about the socks. But yeah, BobandTomStore.com for Bob and Tom stuff, and then BobandTom.com to join the VIP. The VIP, you also get the Off the Air podcast. Come on by and visit, okay? BobandTom.com, BobandTomStore.com.
And more, in every shape and size imaginable. Handpicked by Tom Shane himself.
In Bangkok, after choosing only the most beautiful sapphires, I determined how each one should be cut to maximize its life and fire.
They're the most beautiful sapphires you can find.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the delicious McDouble or the bold, hot, and spicy McChicken with medium fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Join us today at Boot Barn in Southport for our 1-year anniversary sale happening right now. Visit us today and save $20 on all regularly priced boots over $100. We're also offering savings on jeans, shirts, and select cowboy hats during our anniversary sale. Head over today and save on top quality boots and clothing. Safely open in Southport, off Southport Road next to Home Depot. Boot Barn, proud supporters of the West.
Your daughter got her learner's permit. And to celebrate, you're on your way to get her favorites at McDonald's. And you let her drive. Now, if you could just make it to the drive-thru, enjoying the journey together, that's something to value.
Choose your $3 bundle. Pair either the delicious McDouble or the bold, hot, and spicy McChicken with medium fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
OmniSource is always serious about heavy metal. You can take all your scrap metal like old appliances, old Christmas lights. OmniSource will even take cars, and they will pay you for it all. And they're serious about it. For more info and locations, go to omnisource.com.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95 Indy's Classic Rock.
Yes, 1:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. There. All words pronounced correctly, and here's Tom.
Did you see that they put the times on this in military
Yes,
time?
I did see
Throwing
that.
me. I'm irritated. I can't
It
take
threw
it.
you too, didn't it, Tom?
When did they start doing that?
Yeah.
What the hell's 13 mean?
Yeah. 1321 at Q9. What the hell is happening? I'm sorry. We have to say hi to people from all over the world watching this
and,
special
Timmy
broadcast.
and Tommy, and happy birthday, romper, stomper, romper, boo. Tell me.
Hey, Tom.
Perhaps we could have our friend in the Netherlands tell me how to say dick in Dutch.
It's probably Diek with a D-I-K with an umlaut over the 2 dots over
Hey,
the
Tommy.
K.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was talking to him.
Mario was just on NBC Sports, and he said if Marco wins, and I'm quoting, I'm going to do a snow angel right on the greasy spot in the pits.
Wow.
Well, at least he's picking a spot where
Now,
that'd be a smart move.
Is the loser leaves town? Is that?
Is that how it is?
Is that what happens?
Is that in effect? Even though this is a no spectator race, I think.
Okay. We are getting ready for the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500, and I believe we.
Here we
oh,
go.
Wait a second. Can you go to the
Here we
phones?
go. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Wait a minute.
Good afternoon, race fans.
Hey,
There we go. It's track dude Michael Young. Hey, Michael. It's good talking to you, sir. Where are you right now?
I am in my perch in turn 2, listening to last year's Purdue marching band play on the banks of the Wabash.
Ah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yep. So I'm in position, ready to go. I guess when Paul Tracy on the television broadcast, when they shoot over his shoulder, you can kind of see me waving. I always can kind of stumble in a shot. So I guess my perch is seen from the turn 2 suite. So yeah, it's a great vantage point at the apex of turn 2. Ready to go.
Nice.
I was watching Paul Tracy, and I always want him to kind of break away from the format and talk about he got screwed out of winning the race several years ago.
That will always be a bone of contention with several fans on either side. But indeed, that was Elio Castroneves is second, or some would argue Paul Tracy first. But it will always get out of the record books as Elio Castroneves is second.
Yeah, well, just watch the video, watch the lights, and you'll agree with me. Okay.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay. Sorry. I
Try to keep a job, Tom. Try to keep my job.
Very good. You'll be in turn 2, and we talked with your cohort, Jake Query, earlier. Do you study just by being around? I guess you know which car is which, or do you have flashcards the night before you go over them so you can recognize these cars going by that quickly?
No, what I normally do, and this is my second year in turn 2, is carburation day, that final practice session. I'll sit where I'll broadcast the race, and I just look straight down at the track. And usually we'll have all 33 cars on the track, and I know I'm ready when I can look down and not turn my head and say every driver that comes by me without stumbling. I know I'm ready when I can do that. So
yeah.
I was able to do that relatively early in the carb day practice. There's a lot of different looking cars. Last year we had several cars that looked alike, but yeah, you need to be ready just in case, God forbid, something bad happens to know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but they hand it to you pretty quick because obviously you're at the end of it's a quick turn there. So
well, yeah. The thing about turn 2 is Nick Yeoman will throw it to me usually about the midway point of the short shoot, which is just an eighth of a mile. And when they get to turn 2, it's just a quarter of a mile. So if I don't have a good grasp on what's going on, by the time they get by me, if I can't tell who's who, it's hard to really judge once they pass. So you really got to be aware of who's in the lead and who's vying for position. So when I throw it to Jake, he has a good idea of what's coming to him because he's relying on my call to get his call right.
Now, do you want to tell us who you think we should be looking at the most today? Do you have any idea? Obviously, there's 33 guys out there. It's pretty tough to call.
Yeah, Dixon, I always pick him every year, but he was, won the first 3 races. He's just been so impressive this year, and then the 5 qualification attempts he did just a week ago before he went for the pole. He had it quick enough to get the pole, but Marco ended up getting it on Sunday. But he just has been fast all year, and I watched him in practice on Friday on carb day, and he just looked quick. But Takuma Sato's very fast. I think Marco Andretti, I think he's got a great shot to win this. Simon Pagano, Alexander Rossi. I mean, there's a lot of good. Joseph Newgarden has one of the best cars out there. So those Penske cars will be coming through the field, but there are and we say this every year anymore, there are about 5 or 6 cars that can win this race. Everything has to fall your way in order for you to win the Indianapolis 500.
Now, how many years have you been part of the radio network?
This will be my 10th year, actually my 11th year with the radio network, second year calling turn number 2. I started in 2010. I think 2009 I called the race on the public address system with Dave Calabro, and then 2010 I began on pit lane, and here we are 11 years later and turn number 2. Very blessed. Can't believe it.
And obviously very weird where you're standing right now to not see any people there.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It seems... It just seems eerie that, the cars are already on the front straightaway, and there's hustle and bustle in the garage area, but not having fans with us in the grandstands, it's just an oddity. Below me is an American flag. It stretches out about 6 or 8 sections and 40 rows high. So it helps a little bit to look down on that, but just having no fans, it's something I think with all sports. If fans not there, it really takes away from the event itself. But for us, when fans stand up and they react to something, it gets you excited and gets you ramped up and react to things as well. And to not have the fans there, believe me, Tom, they are sorely missed, and I wish they could all be here.
Yeah. Now, do you know, is the phrase "gentlemen, start your engines" going to be used since there are no women starting this year? Or are they going to do something different?
I would imagine it's Roger's place. He can do whatever he wants to do, but I would imagine he will do the traditional "gentlemen, start your engines."
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah.
Okay, you know all these guys. You've been hanging around them for a long time. Who's the funniest?
The funniest? Probably Hinchcliffe. He's I don't think Hinchcliffe, he can get serious, but he's nonstop fun, especially when he's away from the car. He's just a good time and always a lot of laughs to be around. I don't know if you saw the mask, his COVID mask last week, but it was actually a kind of a goatee mustache combination, and it was eerily creepy. Yeah, it was very creepy, but he had a big grin underneath that mask, always trying to have a little fun. So, yeah, I would say Hinchcliffe's probably one of the funniest guys out there. And when his racing career is over, he will make one heck of a TV talent or radio talent. I mean, he's the complete package for sure.
Okay, who's the nicest guy of all those guys? You know, or maybe you can give me your top 3. Just nice fellas you want to hang out with.
Nice guys. Well, Elio Castroneves is probably one of the nicest guys. Always fun to be around. Trying to think who else. Scott Dixon's a nice guy. He's always a good guy to be around. Simon Pagino's a great guy to be around. I mean, they're all in their own special way. Everybody's kind of fun to be around, I would say. And I think fans of the NTT IndyCar Series will tell you there's not really a dud in the entire bunch. That everybody, they're so accepting of the fans, and they go so far out of their way to make sure the fans are appreciated and accepted and part of this, that we do have a great group of drivers, and even the ones that come help us fill this field of 33. I mean, I can't think of any that I would say, boy, I wouldn't want to hang out with them and have a beer after the race is over.
Right. And Roger Penske's done a tremendous job getting the place all fixed up. It's a shame none of us can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there are video boards everywhere. He's painted everything. I mean, it's the little things that Roger Penske does that you might not notice right away, but as a whole, this place is just night and day different and to the better, that he's taken down a lot of the trees. I noticed it during the Grand Prix that when I sit in turn 4, turn 1 for the Grand Prix, I would throw the cars to Nick Hillman on top of the Pagoda at the switchback, which is turns 5 and 6, because I couldn't see him any further than when they came out of that right-hander. Well, this year, about halfway through the weekend, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can see halfway down the back straightaway now. So too with my perch in the turn 2, I can see turn 3. I lose them a little bit because of the trees on the golf course, but I can see all of turn 4 where I sit. I lose them down the front straightaway, but back again in 1 and 2. I can nearly see this an entire 2.5-mile oval. It's fantastic what he's done.
Okay, Ace Cosby has a question for you, sir. Ace.
Is someone actually working the PA this year with nobody there?
Yeah, so I was on the PA. I started things this morning from 11 to 12. And then Dave Calabro and Bob Jenkins are on the public address, and they will call the race today. That's the one thing that we did not do during the Grand Prix Brickyard weekend. We didn't have anybody on the public address system, and Roger thought we really need to have that ambiance, that feel for the drivers and the crews, that it feels like an event as opposed to a tire test, for lack of a better term, that it just adds that that ambiance that we're missing without having any of the fans here. They've been playing videos and featured pieces, and it's really, I think, added a lot to the point where I've actually had crew members and drivers say they've really enjoyed it, because it's still not normal, but it makes it feel a little bit normal than it would without having any public address on at all.
Okay, Michael Young. Michael, you got a lot of fans out there, and we'll be listening on the radio as they hit turn 2. Thanks so much, Michael.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's going to be exciting. Yeah, thanks for calling, and look forward to seeing you guys soon. Enjoy the race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bye,
very
Michael.
much. A former fixture on Indianapolis Music Radio. Now doing a lot of stuff, obviously, for years with the Indianapolis 500. I thought we'd squeeze a request in. I just want to say hi to people listening in Memphis, Fresno, Fargo, Dallas, the Netherlands. Ace, you paying attention to who's out there watching?
I was.
Okay, you were? You stopped? Okay, thanks. Had to get all psyched up for that one question.
Long morning.
It was a big break for Ace. He had a question. Come on.
Does he get a joke today, or?
Are you ready for an Ace Cosby joke?
Sweet baby Jesus.
I had no idea.
Christy, can I talk to you during the
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the show, every day Ace does the famous joke of the day. These are really cultural observations. Ace, go.
I have racing geese.
You do?
I'm getting rid of them. I'm going to sell them. So let me know if you want a quick gander.
If you want to take a quick gander.
Yes. I think you can't take them. You got to buy them. You sell them.
Yeah, racing goose.
Yes.
See?
Yeah. That's what happens.
Willie knows comedy.
They're racing geese, everybody.
There you go. We didn't know.
What else do you need?
A little tribute right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Duke Tomato tribute to the great A.J. Foyt, now team owner.
Again, repeating a story that developed here just in the last few minutes. A.J. Foyt, he decided to retire from competition. He jumped in his number 14, put the helmet on, and took one final trip around this legendary 2.5-mile oval. And the legend himself has called it quits at Indianapolis.
The sun is shining and the engine's running. Here comes a super tex. Come around the track, you're not looking back, you're just watching out for wrecks. A different breed, he loves the speed. Can you hear the engine roar? He's jumping bumps and taking his lumps, got the pedal to the floor. AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, without you it won't be the same.
Well, when my car hit the wall again this morning is when I decided I need to spend more time and as a car owner and not worry about AJ.
For 35 years he's heard the cheers. Indianapolis has been his thing. 4 races he's won and now he's done, but he'll always be the king. 14 is on his machine and it's not coming back again. They'll take his space, but not his place. He's been a man amongst men. AJ, sliding around the track. AJ, he's not looking back. AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, it just won't be the same. This is quite good. He's spoken his mind. The greatest IndyCar driver of all time.
His first race here was in 1958. His first win came in 1961. He repeated in 1964, in 1967, and in 1977. He became the first 4-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. It is an emotional moment at the Speedway today.
This is quite good. He's spoken his mind. The greatest IndyCar driver of all time. Of all time. Last time round the track, AJ, he's not looking back. AJ, behind the wheel no more. AJ, his engine will still roar. AJ, the whole world knows your name. AJ, without you it won't be the same. 2 letters to say it all. AJ!
I love all of y'all a lot. You've been great fans. I love you. Thank you very much.
All right. Duke Tomato and the Power Trio and the great AJ song. We're going to hang out for a while longer. Hope you're enjoying the show wherever you are. If You checking that thing again? He's thinking wrong.
Checking that thing.
Yeah.
You mean the YouTube video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check on that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say to someone listening right now in Houston. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to say
you're probably getting ready to buy plywood in Houston.
I'd like to say to them,
hello there.
There you go. How's it going? It's great to see you.
Boy, nothing but the hits.
They sure feel like hits.
Hamburger. Oh gosh, I can do this all day. There you go. Wait. How about you? How about you? How about you? Sorry.
Why'd you cut that off?
I get it. You hit the wrong one. You know we did.
You know we did.
No, I didn't.
You meant to do that.
Yeah, it's.
He always means to do it, whether he means to do it or not.
Much the same way I mean to hit this. Because I know it drives him nuts.
What are you, mad at us?
I have how about you marked right there.
It's not just me, dude.
How about you? It's marked as how about you.
Don't tell me that they made some sort of Indy King.
No, would you stop?
Indy King.
Tiger King and Tiger King. I better call Sam and see if he can whip one up in the next 23 minutes.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
Tiger King. Willie can't take it. He was giving you the cutthroat sign. That thing haunts me.
We have a viewer in Hong Kong.
Really?
Now we're talking.
What time is it in Hong Kong? What do you think?
Oh, God.
Tomorrow morning?
Wow, who knows?
They're only 2 hours ahead of us.
Yesterday afternoon. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. It's 3:30 Eastern in Hong Kong. That's right.
I'm pretty sure Hong Kong is in northeast Canada. So yeah.
Wow. Is that where the Nikkei is, or is that Japan? I can never find. I always love that you're listening to the news.
The footsie and the Nikkei.
Listening to the news, they give that like. Who's listening to who's their audience? Oh, the Nikkei. I don't do anything until I check the footsie every morning.
Well, there are those who don't.
I know.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk to the only person in this room who's really serious about heavy metal is Josh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe Ace a little bit. But OmniSource is the official Bob and Tom Show heavy metal guys. They're the recycler. Place to take your scrap metal. Christy, you got a refrigerator you want to get rid of?
No, I got a dishwasher and a refrigerator I want to get rid of.
Okay. The dishwasher is a metal dishwasher?
I don't know what are dishwashers made out of?
I would think some
gotta
sort
have
of
some metal in it.
Fiberglass and metal, I'm thinking.
I would think.
There's someone listening going, yeah, my boyfriend's a dishwasher. I'd like to get rid of him.
No.
Not Christy.
No.
OmniSource. They'll take cars, stoves, refrigerators, anything with metal. They'll take it off your hands because they're serious about heavy metal. OmniSource.
Heavy metal.
Doesn't care how the stuff is when you bring it in. They'll still pay you cash for it. That's just how great they are. OmniSource, once again, the official recycler of the Q95 Bob and Tom golf outing. Coming up September 16th, and will be at Top Golf. Find out more about that by going to Q95.com. To find an OmniSource location near you in Indy, go to OmniSource.com. OmniSource, serious about heavy metal. We're coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Q95. Set an alarm with Alexa to wake up with Bob and Tom. This is Q95, Indy's classic rock.
The Bob and Tom Race Day Show is brought to you by the Indiana Donor Network. More than 113,000 people nationwide, including 1,300 Hoosiers, are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. The Indiana Donor Network would like to remind you that you can make a difference now by visiting driven2savelives.org and signing up to be an organ donor.
Here comes the Q95 Rock and Roll Patrol.
Hey, it's Gunner. Come on out to Boot Barn off Southport Road next to Home Depot on the south side. Their grand reopening sale and celebration. Save $20 on all boots over $100. Save $10 on shirts, jeans, and cowboy hats. Hey, and if you serve in the military, show your ID and receive an additional discount off your purchase at the Boot Barn, the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation. We're going to be here until 2 o'clock.
Aviation is more than passenger travel. Essential cargo and supplies all need to be delivered around the world. And airlines need certified maintenance technicians to keep them flying. We are the Aviation Institute of Maintenance, and we train tomorrow's technicians. Visit traintomorrow.com. Train for an essential career as an aviation maintenance technician. Train using real equipment under the supervision of industry-experienced instructors. Call today and train tomorrow. And veterans, ask how you can graduate debt-free. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the average aircraft technician in Indianapolis makes over $52,000 per year. Visit traintomorrow.com or call 888-FIX-JETS. For consumer information and specific salary information near you, visit traintomorrow.com. At AIM, we train tomorrow's technicians.
Hey, it's Don Stuck for BetMGM Sports, and they want you to start out with amazing odds on this week's most anticipated matchup. New customers have a chance to win $100 in free bets when they bet $1 on any NBA matchup, and either team hits a three. You win $100. Use bonus code DONSTUCK100. All you have to do is sign up and make your first wager to take advantage of this great offer. And August packed with basketball, baseball, hockey. It happens once in a lifetime. Don't miss this chance for a piece of the action at BetMGM with live betting, boosted odds specials, and much more. Download the BetMGM app today or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code DONSTUCK100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on any NBA matchup and either team hits a three. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older and physically located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save on juicy California red, white, or black seedless grapes. They're only 97 cents a pound with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, rockers, it's Crystal. Let's talk buttons, not the buttons on your clothes. I'm talking about the kind you press. A cup of coffee, a button. Top floor of an office building, just a simple click. Every day, buttons make our lives way easier. If you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button that can help you go from this to this. It's called Inspire, and it works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. It's a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. If you struggle with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask. No hose, just sleep. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, Amy. Welcome to the Xfinity store. That's a lot of change.
Yep, just saving up for a rainy day.
You know, when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill.
400 smackers?
Yeah. Plus, you can get fast internet and the most reliable wireless network.
Okay, but now what do I do with all this change I found in my couch?
There's an arcade down the street.
Let's go.
I'm working.
So am I. Pretty sweet, right?
Save up to $400 a year when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a one-year agreement. Plus, switch to Xfinity Mobile and for a limited time, get $400 off an eligible Samsung Galaxy 5G phone. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Internet offer requires EcoBill and AutoPay, ends 9/22/20. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Galaxy offer ends 9/15/20. 5G only in parts of select cities.
The Bob and Tom Ray Show is brought to you by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. It is created in honor of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins, undisputed father of the old school tattoo. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum is made the old school way, 92 proof, bold and smooth as hell. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
It's the live race day edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Powered by Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Respect his legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly. Q95, Indy's classic rock.
145 on the nose on race day at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
104th running of the Indy 500 happening as it happens on NBC broadcast television worldwide today because it's not going to be blacked out, as they say in Indy, due to all the stuff going on. Let's just leave it right there. I do want to remind you something unusual, something really cool. I'll put it this way. Race on over to BetRivers.com sportsbook and place all your bets just in time for the race coming up in about 45 minutes. And by the way, once the race starts, that doesn't mean the betting is over. There's stuff that you can do during the race at BetRivers.com. So have some fun. By the way, something new at BetRivers.com. Receive up to $250 bonus on your first deposit. You can bet all race long, like I said, live in-race betting. I'm talking about a place called BetRivers.com. Odds will change with each lap of the track. You can get in on all the action pretty much for the whole race. So have some fun with this. BetRivers.com. Hundreds of betting options, including winner of the race, top 3, top 10, and some really cool prop bets. So check it out. You could bet, for example, on engine manufacturer and the final grid, et cetera, et cetera. So have a little bit of fun. BetRivers.com and receive up to $250 in bonus money. All you have to do is make your first deposit, and BetRivers will match it. Get race ready. You still have time. BetRivers.com. That's BetRivers. You must be 21 and over and physically located in Indiana. To wager. Gambling problem? Call 800-9-WITH-IT. That's 1-800-994-8448. Now, we have a couple things to get to. I wanted to ask you, Christy Lee.
Yes, sir.
If you would like to pick a winner.
I would really like to see Marco Andretti. I don't know. I've always loved the Andrettis, and it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it was long.
And I want to see Mario do Snow Angels in Greece.
Yeah, you want to explain what that means?
Yeah, he tweeted he didn't tweet it, but it was on Twitter that apparently during the NBC Sports show, he said if Marco won, he would go out and do a snow angel in the grease in the pits because, they have some areas that get a little greasy.
Mario took the time to talk to NBC, huh?
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
Not us.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We've talked to Mario many times.
Not today.
I'm sure he's
a little busy. He's going to be in the 2-seater today.
Well, I won't forget it.
With Michael
Write it down.
Backseat driving.
It's going to be Mario, Michael, and then Marco. How cool is that?
That is very cool. And once again, there will be a flyover. We talked with Captain Mike Bell, had the opportunity to ask him some great questions, like when Josh said, are you captain or cappin'?
It's important to know. We wanted to address him correctly.
Man is in the Air Force, and you're trying to compare him to cereal.
Well, not necessarily. It's a matter of valor.
Okay,
that's right.
All, not just any cereal, Captain Crunch cereal.
Captain Crunch. For those of you that are not they're among the uninitiated. I want to feature something by request, something obscure.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to, many years ago with Tim Allen, the comedian. Tim Allen, a good friend of the show, way before he became the famous Tim Allen. Very, very funny guy. And he was out here hanging out before the race. And he's a car guy, as you may or may not know. He's from Michigan. What is he, one of 11 kids or something?
Wow.
He's always been a big car guy, and so this was the first time he was hanging out just before the Indy 500, and you'll see what happened here.
Comedian Tim Allen has joined us.
Fresh from Carb Day. Is that Carburation Day?
Yeah, I've never heard.
Do they even use carburetors anymore?
No, they do not.
So it's Fuel Injection Day. It's Turbo Day. And Turbo Day. Yeah, that's what got it. And we're driving out there, and a chick, he goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car.
Uh-huh.
And I went, yeah, right. This year, the Chevy's offering the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got to the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the Offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy high-tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it.
Tim Allen talking about the Indy 500. He's the best. Chick, a special hello to you.
Yeah?
From Enon, Ohio?
Enon.
Remember,
it's none spelled backwards. That's right, Enon.
E-N-O-N.
It's in the Miami Valley, Greater Miami Valley.
It says, how about you?
That's right.
From Enon, Ohio. Now, is there a joke? I don't know if I'm dating a girl from Enon or...
Enon, a girl from Dayton?
Okay.
No, that's...
Hello, Dundee, Scotland.
That's Eton.
Dundee,
Scotland.
Of course, the high school there, the crocodiles.
We're not even trying now.
No, we're not.
I'm glad.
It's a Sunday. What do you want?
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
It doesn't even work because it'd be the Dundee Crocodiles.
Nice not to be the only one struggling.
They're not the Crocodile Dundee. Well, there's a place called Crocodile.
Yeah.
There's a Crocodile, New Zealand, of course, where they're fighting. Okay.
That's so funny.
All righty. Well, we have a lot to get to. Coming up tomorrow on the show.
Whoa.
Hey, we're off, aren't we?
Tomorrow. We are tomorrow. Isn't it Labor Day? Oh, wait.
Isn't that the weird thing?
Memorial Day? What day? Should be a day off.
Yeah.
Halloween?
It is. I have a surprise for you guys tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
Buffet?
What is the...
You know what? Why? Let me ask you something. Why do you get excited? It never pans out.
You're right.
Ever. When he says surprise, it means...
it's going to be
every time.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, the well-rested Pat Godwin.
Thank God Pat got the day off because he's the fulcrum of the show. I mean,
Chick, actually, he has a son today. Let me tell you, he does not have the day off.
Oh, yeah. He would have much rather been in here.
I'd invest in one of those dart guns. Boy, oh boy.
Tranquilizer.
Bing. Nice napping.
No, I
He's
do.
down for his nap.
I really do have a special surprise for you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're holding our breath.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Before, some of these surprises have included the likes of a phone call from, say,
go ahead.
Joe Theismann.
Performing Cats, your turn.
Well, that was a bad one.
No. You got it. I've got something to come right back at you with.
I hope the surprise is some sort of hangover cure because I'm going to go have some fun.
I'm with you, Willie.
No, we had that in the news on, was it Thursday or Friday? There's apparently some new
It's
chemical.
an amino acid. It's not a new one. It's been out there forever. You can buy it in any health food store, but...
Does it work?
I don't know.
No way.
Doesn't amino acid, it sounds like it got named by mistake.
That amino acid?
What do you mean? I mean, okay. No, wait a minute. I didn't say it. Anything, is there anything there? There's something there, right?
It's lysistine.
Sorry, I just woke up. Is everybody all right?
What is it now?
Lysistine.
Wasn't that Jerry's next door neighbor in Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a big surprise tomorrow morning. Hope you can join us.
Big surprise now.
Oh, you guys are going to be so angry.
Well, now wait a minute. If that's what you're going for,
I want to say to everybody who's watching on YouTube, you can watch the show 6 to 10. What is it? 6 to 10 Eastern time tomorrow.
Yeah, that's when we're here.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mary.
Did you forget?
I don't know what time they turn that thing on.
The start of the show.
Should be a great race.
It should be a great race.
Looking forward to
whatever.
You know, you can bet on the race.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
Or you could do some
drinking while you watch it.
Drinking while you're betting and watching it. Yeah, that's what you mean.
We have we have tomorrow's surprise. I almost want to tell Christy so she can weigh in on how cool it is. Because these guys are going to really like it.
You know, we're wearing headphones, so if you tell her, we're going to hear you.
Well, what if we took our headphones off?
Oh, yeah. That would help.
A soundproof booth?
You can still hear me.
Just text me.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have to wear like a bathing suit or bring a toothbrush or anything? Do we have to know anything? Or
Why would I have to bring a toothbrush?
You know, one of those surprise destinations.
Yeah, just bring a bag.
Oh, we get to go somewhere?
Surprise, we're going to the Bahamas.
Can I?
Oh, remember those days?
Can I leave?
No,
we still have things to do.
Do you want to do a pick for a winner?
No, I sure don't. Nope.
Okay, Christy, I am texting you right now.
What the surprise?
I wonder who's going to get the text.
I know.
Everyone pick up their phone.
Because I know he doesn't text me by myself, so it's going to be on a group text.
Yeah. There's a couple misspellings here, but that's who we're having tomorrow. Is that the most? Isn't that the best?
There we go.
Is that not the best? See, hear that laughter?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad am I going to be?
10.
10. Okay, perfect.
Then I have a guess.
No.
I won't
Do
guess.
not guess.
His first name is Sean.
Do not guess.
If it's Sean Morey, I'm not coming in tomorrow. I'm just telling you.
That would be an 11.
Yeah, that would be an 11.
Okay, that was my guess.
Oh, no. That would be. I love Sean Morey. I want to remind you.
And that goes for phone or anyway. Any house he shows up.
I'll work on that for next month.
I'll go stand in the hallway.
I want to say hi and thanks again to Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum. Once again, Sailor Jerry's to get you into the legacy of Norman Sailor Jerry Collins. Again, a U.S. Navy vet back in the day. He is the tattoo artist. All I can say is go to the website.
The cool tattoos.
And check out.
Hawaiian girls and colorful. And
old school tattoos. It's not, like I said, he isn't the guy that invented barbed wire around the arm.
No.
With his sunglasses in the back of his head.
Did he invent live, laugh, love?
No,
he didn't. Why? Because he's a real man.
That's right. He fought in World War II. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum bottle blended in the USA. Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum giving back to multiple military causes, including the USO. They've given $790,000 in the past 5 years to support our military and their families. How cool is that? Sailor Jerry Spiced Rum sponsoring the Bob and Tom Show today in recognition and gratitude of the men and women who fight for freedom. We wouldn't be here without them. By the way, I'll remind you once again, tune in early because there's going to be that flyover from the Thunderbirds from the Air Force. And if you're anywhere near the track, you can go outside and see that. It's going to happen, obviously, during the national anthem. So that'll be very cool. Of course, it'll also be on TV, but being outside and seeing them will be extra special. Once again, Sailor Jerry, thanks so much, Sailor Jerry. Respect the legacy. Drink Sailor Jerry responsibly.
You want my picks for the race?
Yep.
I think this year Ryan Newman or maybe Kevin Harvick or perhaps even Kurt Busch could.
Okay, now this is not what follows is not as cool of a surprise as tomorrow's surprise.
All right,
but this surprise is pretty cool. Again, everybody stand by. Here we go.
Indy, 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 Indy.
I feel like someone pushed me out of a car at like 60 miles an hour.
I'm sorry I ever brought it up.
Heads clang, clang, clang.
Okay, have a great race.
Best of luck to Denny Hamlin today.
It should be a great race.
I've always been a deal guy, Josh.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, comedy, friendship, and great rock music. This is Q95, Indy's classic rock.
The Bob and Tom Race Day Show is brought to you by the law offices of Taylor, Chad, Manette, Schneider, and Clutter. Whether you're a company in need of expert legal advice or a citizen in need of general law services, they've got you covered. Visit tcmsclaw.com for details.
Here comes the Q95 Rock and Roll Patrol.
Hey, it's Gunner, and I'm at Boot Barn for their grand reopening sale and celebration here in Indy. So we're at the Southport location off I-65. Save $20 on all boots over $100 and save $10 on shirts, jeans, and cowboy hats. Show your military ID and receive an additional discount off your purchase at Boot Barn. The grand reopening in Indianapolis off Southport Road next to Home Depot.
It's more important than ever right now to reach out to your customers and let them know what your business is doing. So if you've updated your delivery options, created an online store, or just want to remind them how to reach you, advertising on the radio is the best way to do it. Go to iHeartAdBuilder.com to create your the ad, and we'll get it on air.